We are live. Hello, welcome back. Welcome to Some Other Heroes. It is Sunday, it is Some Other Heroes Day. Do not be confused. There are some unfamiliar faces. There is an unfamiliar screen, but that's because we have left the world we know behind and ventured into deep space with some friends on our side. Before I leap into that, just a huge thank you for everybody for coming past and joining us and continuing to support us. Particularly these wonderful people either side of me right now who have been wonderful supported. We are missing one person who will be joining us next week, Nikki, who can't make it this week unfortunately. But before we jump into the game proper, I'm going to get these wonderful people to introduce themselves, tell you who they are, where you might know them from, and what they do with themselves when they're not being amazing on the internet. And we're not going to start with Theo because Theo will thump me. We're going to start with Wayne.
Hi, I'm Wayne. You can usually find me here on this channel doing other stuff. And my pronouns are he, him, and I shall today be... Do you want to introduce character, Chris?
No, keep characters for the minute.
Okay, sorry. And I shall today
Dare you.
be sharing stuff later with you.
Yeah. Sorry, that's my fault. I should have said about that. Yes. Let's go with Josh.
Who, me?
You.
Hello, I'm Josh. You could normally find me. Well, hang on. Oh man, I've not streamed in such a long time. Hi, I'm Josh. My pronouns are he, they. I am a streamer on Twitch in my own right, but most people know me from my D&D 5e actual play podcast, Dice and a Slice, the only D&D 5e podcast powered by Baked Goods. I also did a short stint on the Wicked Game stream. I'm basically everywhere. I'm like sand. You cannot get rid of me, and I am coarse and rough.
I'm very glad you went in that direction for that analogy.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it is appropriate considering the theme, so I'm going to.
Well, I didn't want to say that I'm like herpes.
Coarse
Really?
and rough.
Why?
Contagious, it's everywhere, and you never really get rid of it.
I can't imagine why you didn't go that route.
Well, I didn't want to bring the tone down.
4 minutes.
Well-
4 minutes, everybody. Amazing. Theo, please take us away from that.
Yeah, okay. Hello, I'm Theo. I use they, them pronouns, and I am an illustrator, and you can normally find me here on this channel. Yeah, I'm very excited to go to space.
And last but definitely not least, the amazing Thom.
Hi, I'm... I want to go by Thom. Hi, I'm Tom. I use he, they pronouns. You can more often than not find me on the Wicked Game stream and in your paralysis states. I won't tell you who I'm playing, but because we've already addressed that as not being a thing to do right now. But I'm really happy to be here. I'm psyched.
I'm very excited to have you and Josh with us. As I said, Nikki will be joining us from Wicked Game next week. Unfortunately, he is away this week, so couldn't make the first episode, but that's okay. It just means I've got more narrative to throw at you all as to why he's not here. So, are we excited to go to space?
Yeah.
Mostly.
So I want a lot of that for space combat sections, old Star Trek style.
Oh no, the ship is falling apart.
This is going to be wonderfully professional and completely, not chaotic.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Who, us?
Yeah.
Who
I don't know
mentioned,
what you're implying there. Thank you.
who mentioned herpes? What?
I think with that, I'm going to roll the title sequence. First off, huge thank you to Wayne for his hard work, both on that title sequence and our other videos, and these wonderful graphics that you see around us.
Oh, stop.
Very talented man, working absolutely tirelessly. Wouldn't let me see things because he was like, I'm going to make a surprise. He's been wonderful, and we are very lucky to have him on our show. So, the verse. I'd like to introduce you to a little crew in a strange little time. Our story takes place in the Orion Spur quadrant of the galaxy and its surrounding regions. These are new additions to the verse, having been part of the null magic zone that prevents use of magic and magitech. The citizens of this sector of the universe have existed without the ability to use the dark matter drives of magic that allow you to travel further than a few planets away. All this changed quickly a little under 100 Earth years ago, when the null magic zone covering this region simply vanished. A whole new sector of space in the verse suddenly became open for exploration and exploitation, while the humans of Earth and other civilizations they didn't even know about suddenly exploded beyond their own solar systems and onto the intergalactic stage. Others rushed into the area to find wealth, alliances, and for some, things that were lost when the galaxy was young. Adventurers answered the call, as they always do, facing down dangerous beasts, delving into uncharted star systems, and discovering long-lost relics, technology, and magic items, all in the name of coin, curiosity, and excitement. We join the crew of the transport ship Sunspear. They are no different to any other adventurer in that regard. Not the strongest or most heroic of adventuring ships, they nonetheless have built a solid reputation of getting the deed done, if sometimes the results are unexpected. Currently, the crew is commissioned by the Benefactor, a mysterious and reclusive entrepreneur who seems to ask for the oddest things in the oddest of ways. None of the crew have actually met the Benefactor. Instead, they have been contacted several times through intermediaries and brokers. Jobs from the Benefactor always pay well and quickly, but they tend to fall into three categories: the bafflingly odd, the socially risky, or the downright dangerous. This job has fallen into the third category. The task was supposed to be simple: retrieve a mystical artifact from a small cult that didn't know what they had and return it to the Benefactor via their intermediaries. As always, the job came in two parts: half of the information and payment up front, and once that part of the job had been completed, the second would be revealed. What the crew was not expecting was that the cult was very heavily armed and surprisingly aggressive. Nor did they expect one of their members to accidentally release mechanical nightmares on the space station that you were exploring instead of sealing a door. Your companion, Cosmo, the friendly bartending Vect, was the first to go down, as they tried to talk the situation around to your benefit. One of the metal beasts striking through their metal casing and forcing them into rest mode. Rather than risk your friend further, you grabbed their unconscious form and ran, your prize tucked under one arm. Shots and screams fill the air as your feet pound through the small metal corridors. Mechanical and metallic sounds of thousands of tiny little pincer feet pulling at the remnants of the abandoned space station and chittering after you. There is no easy fight out of this. You need to get back to the ship. One of you, the fastest on their feet, bursts from the corridor and into an open area. Wayne, please can you describe your character?
Sure. My character is a sort of 5.5, almost 6 foot tall humanoid. She is wearing a black, almost like a kimono top with very long, sort of open sleeves. It has a hood that has sort of black on black patterning and a sort of a gem set in the top of the hood that glows slightly red. And she is probably about 80% no longer human, and in fact has many, many metal augmentations across the top of her head, across her arms and legs, and from what you can see of her, she appears to be mostly chrome now, with some gold pieces of detailing. And she, and she's standing unarmed as far as you can see in this area.
Following very close behind her is a much bigger form, carrying his friend over one shoulder, and the item they were ordered to retrieve under one arm is probably the biggest member of the crew. Tom, would you please describe your character?
Yeah, absolutely. So as this this being bursts into the room after the last one, have we done names? Doesn't matter.
Actually, no, Wayne, would you like to quickly just drop your name in?
Sure, but I'm now regretting not calling myself Chrome.
I mean, it's not too late.
Sorry, it's not too late. My character's name is Hera, Hera.
Sick. So as this large, imposing figure bursts into the room behind Hera and looks around, you see an enormous insectoid-like being, 4 stout legs, kind of scuttling under a large, robust form. This sort of oil slick rainbow carapace with a large sort of rhinoceros beetle-like appendage on top of his head, looking around with sort of big, kind of luminous eyes, as Malakos the Grub runs into the room.
Amazing. Shortly, hot on Malakos's tail is 2 figures coming through at the same time. One of which is on the back of what looks like a mechanical toy box. Theo, would you please describe your character?
So you see, this like metallic-looking toy chest on 4 legs, sort of scuttling through the corridor, and on top of it is a small, sort of about 4 foot in height, tabaxi. They have sort of silver and dark grey fur and a long fluffy tail. They're wearing some headphones and just like general mechanical wear, and they have a weird metal looking backpack, and they're probably right now sitting facing whatever is coming behind them, and sort of getting out a dictaphone and making notes about these weird creatures.
And finally, Josh, would you please describe your character?
Yeah. So imagine, dear listener, if you will, sort of tealy, greeny goo. And now imagine like a humanoid that's made of tealy, greeny goo that's got like glittering particles within it. That is the best way to describe this current form of Sowilo.
Wait, did you just say glitter goo?
Glitter goo, yeah.
Nice.
New from JML, glitter glue. All the glitter.
You can tell with millennials, can't you? I literally had a pot of that.
Yeah. At the moment, they have legs, but like when they walk, it's not like they're moving normally, like putting the weight onto the leg. It's actually tendrils that go out that sort of is impersonating a humanoid walking.
Like giant clown shoes, but gooey.
I love it.
Yes.
And I feel like you're all very aware of the fact that there are hundreds of these small mechanical creatures crawling up the corridors and making their way through what used to be an abandoned human colony ship that's kind of just hovering above like a dead moon. You came here with the idea of getting this mystical artifact, which Malakos has tucked under one arm, wrapped in some tarpauling at the moment. And I'd like to just ask, whose fault is it that these things are loose around Sprockets?
No further questions, Your Honour.
And Sprocket, what were you trying to do when you unleashed the seal that let these things out?
Well, there was a shut door, and I wanted to open it. So success. How was I supposed to know that there was thousands of tiny mean things behind it?
Those little meanies, you get everywhere.
Amazing.
I mean, maybe they just want to make friends. We don't.
All of you can choose to take an action before you have to move forward to see if there's anything you can do to slow these creatures down. You are in a larger open area. There is a corridor with, does look like it has a sealable door in it.
Does it look mechanically sealable?
Mechanically sealable, yeah. They're not as advanced as some of the places that you've been. This is kind of like high-level Earth stuff, so us in about 10-15 years.
Cool. Amazing. So I think Malakos very quickly just kind of sort of props Cosmo's body like on Sowilo ever so quickly, just to make sure that he doesn't sort of scrape or anything.
It's like a wet.
Yeah, just as like a buffer, and then goes over to the terminal and just sort of like chunters to himself. I don't know why you're being so rude, Cosmo. I can't believe you're not talking to me. I didn't do it, did I? And I'm gonna try and do a. Let me just check, because this is all new, guys. This is all new.
That's all right. New characters.
That's the improv.
Yeah.
As in filibusters. All right, here we go. So as I try to do percussive maintenance on the door, if you will allow. With percussive.
I like
Concussive maintenance? Oh, God.
Percussive maintenance.
Custard maintenance.
Custard maintenance.
Custard damage has happened on this show. I am up for that.
I am able to essentially, as an action, try to interface with physically with a piece of machinery using athletics instead of data. I believe
You're going to smash the terminal.
I'm going to smash that terminal, if that's okay.
Yeah, make a roll for me.
You're going to interface with that, are you?
You heard it. That is a 25, an 18 plus 7.
So with a mighty thunk, 25, I feel like it's only fair that you describe how you eviscerate this door, preventing it from opening probably ever again.
Incredible. So I think I go to the terminal. I just sort of try to get my enormous sort of like clawed hands like on the keys and just miss a couple of times, smash it, and then just sort of like drag the sort of glass doors across at the same time. If that's okay.
Amazing. I think just for added effect, as you're turning around, the top of it just kind of goes shudunk as well, just kind of sealing it once and for all.
I sort of look around at Sprocket and go, I fix. Take up Cosmo's body again from Sowilo, and go. Okay, where are we going?
So the ship is probably the other side of the station, but you're on the outer ring at the moment, so you can probably get it by keeping going. But it is going to be a problem in as much as these creatures are everywhere now. So it's a race of not only to try and keep yourself safe and get back to the ship, but also before pretty much the whole place falls apart and you're forced into low orbit.
Okay.
Okay, so I think Hera would immediately step forward and just gesture to the direction that she knows they need to run in, and would just say, "Right, everybody move back to the ship as quick as possible." And then we'll look at Mal and just go, "Mal, I've told you before. Sprocket's unconscious. Not Sprocket, sorry. Cosmo's unconscious.
No!
They're not sulking. They're not sulking. They're unconscious. Now just move. Pick him up and move."
Sort of pick him up under my arm and just whisper to him, "I know the truth, you bastard." and I start running.
I mean, Cosmo is making some, like, not talking, but he is making some funny noises.
Okay.
Let's just deal with it when we get back to the ship.
Okay, yeah, and I start running.
And Hera will wait until everyone else has gone. So she will turn and face towards where these things would be coming from towards us next.
Amazing. Sowilo and Sprocket, is there anything that either of you want to do before you start following Malakos up the tunnel?
Yes, please. So there's these creatures in this corridor with us.
They're in the corridor that's now sealed because Malakos just broke this door.
Okay.
So they're not in here with you at the moment, but you probably, by the way that you've kind of been able to study them so far, you probably determined they will find a way around this obstruction quite quickly.
Okay.
Okay, never mind what I was going to do then. I'll just follow.
You're just going to follow?
Yeah.
That is fine.
Riding your toy box.
Riding your toy box. Which
I'm
is...
very sorry I fixed.
I mean, if Hera's going to tell us to run and then stand there in front of the door that we've just pulled closed and be a hero about it all, so Willow, they will probably just sort of undulate near to Hera and just sort of linger like 5 feet behind.
But what are you doing? I said run.
We want you to come with us.
I will be right behind you. It's my job to make sure you guys do this. Just go. Look after the others.
But who will look after you?
You will look after me. I'll be with you in 2 minutes. Just go on. Go.
2 minutes.
Please, go.
You will be with us in 2 minutes.
In 2 minutes. That's right. You can count. As long as you keep running while you count.
Running.
Move that way fast.
And then it's just like a...
Amazing. So the three of you burst into like another outer corridor ring. There are some small rooms off the edge, and they look completely wrecked, like most of the station is. It's been turned over a couple of times, you think probably by pirates or the cult who kind of set up shop here. Hera, you watch all your colleagues kind of get ahead of you, probably about 100 foot at this point. You can't see any more of these machines breaking through at the minute.
Cool. I'll run after them.
Cool.
Yeah. I just want to make sure they get a head start in case anything comes through the door, and then I will run after them to catch up with them.
You burst through into what looks like an old airlock room with there's like abandoned crates and things like that on there. Who's Malakos? You're at the front, and you kind of come striding in, and you see 6 of these little things kind of pittering around, pulling apart metal panels, exposing wiring, some of them eating the wiring. You can see 2 of them look like they are bending metal and fixing wiring and trying to make another one of them.
I don't like this. I think I kind of like screech to a halt and kind of just watch for a second and just go, Sprocket, they're here too.
Upon hearing you, all 6 of them turn and look at you, and they start skittering towards you.
Fascinating.
I will have initiative off of everybody, please.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
I'm sorry
Hang
to
on,
be
you never
doing
said there was going to be any combat.
I never said that. I said
combat in my D&D.
combat in my D&D, and I shall just.
More likely than you think.
It is.
Um,
I shall just.
Malakos, surprising no one got a 7.
Oh, is Malakos a big boy?
Yeah.
Malakos. I've made Malakos a big boy because we're not cowards.
You might not be.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I see.
mechanically, it doesn't really change a lot for you, Tom. But what it does mean is that small creatures can move through your space, but you can still have an attack of opportunity if they're not your friends.
Right.
But Malakos wants everyone to be their friend. That's
Awesome. So they got. Okay, so they got 12. Anyone get? Sorry, Malakos, you got 7. You say?
7, yes.
Excellent. Everyone else get higher than that?
Yes.
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 No.
No. Hera, what did you get?
So I got a natural 1
Get them out now.
plus 4, so that's a 5.
Yep,
Well, I suppose you were bringing up
makes
the rear.
sense. Yeah.
Yes, that's what it is, Theo. It's because I was behind. It's not because I was just dreadful.
What did you get, Sowilo?
A 17.
A 17. And Sprocket.
Sprocket got 20.
Nice.
Hey.
How's it feel to have a fast character?
I don't. It's all new to me. Normally I'm last.
Amazing. Ready? And that means, Sprocket, you are up first. These things definitely are aggressive and definitely are not willing to talk, as poor Cosmo found out the hard way.
Okay. 1 second. I think Sprocket is just gonna start firing.
So I started blasting.
Blasting! Pew pew pew! Yeah, I'm just gonna take a shot with my repeater at the one closest to us.
Yep, absolutely
Guy.
fine. Make an attack roll for me.
That's a natural 20!
What?
Excellent. So, max your damage on your repeater and then roll your dice for the additional damage.
Sorry, bear with. I have so many tabs open right now.
I think
That
I
is
have
fine.
something for this.
I just did a bit of pee.
That's new.
Wait,
You
I'm
enjoyed that.
maxing damage.
So, like we do before, so as if you rolled a
Sorry.
dice, so if you rolled a d6, you get a full 6 plus any modifiers, and then you roll the d6 again on top of that.
Okay. I know what I'm doing, everyone. Okay, that is 6 plus 16 damage.
Nice.
And I believe I get to take another shot because of Battlesmith. I get to attack twice
You do, yes. Go
if
for
I
it.
take the attack action.
Wow, double pew pew.
That is 17 plus 7, 24 to hit.
24 will hit.
Alrighty. Wait, no, that was more damage than that. Sorry, I was reading the wrong thing. It's 2d6, so it would have been
12 plus your modifier, and then you roll your 2d6 again.
okay. 2d6 plus. Sorry, everyone.
No, it's fine.
So much maths.
We haven't done
Never
maths for a
tried.
week or so, so.
I don't ever do
12
maths.
plus 5, 17. Okay, it's 20 damage
20
for the
damage.
first.
First one. Cool.
And
for your
then-
second one?
13.
Additional 13 damage, doing a total of 33. You kind of blast off one of the legs of this thing, and it kind of scatters, and it definitely has you in this clear red eye. that is looking at you. And if actually, what I will do, whilst I think about it, is I will pop that up for you all to see, so you can see what sort of creature you are dealing with.
Ooh.
If I can find the right tab.
Creepy ones.
Creepy ones.
Oh, you little creepsters.
Oh, you're awful.
Aw, they're cute.
Oh, actually, that's quite sweet.
Oh, I hate it.
Apart from the rotating blades, of course, but otherwise, very sweet.
You know what? Organic horror can't deal with. Robot horror, absolutely
Yeah,
fine with me.
yeah.
Little cutesters.
I know. They're not creepy, they're kind of adorable. Oh god, don't let Sprocket hear me say that.
So, two brilliant shots taking off one of their legs of the one nearest to you. Anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
Sorry, I'm just seeing if I have anything I can do as a bonus
No
action.
problem. You're playing a new character. These things always take time.
New class, new everything.
Sowilo, you are up next.
Yes.
No, I'm good, and I will just stay there.
Josh, what does your slimy boy do?
The slimy plural,
Slimy plural.
the slimy hive, the slime hive.
Slime.
Slive.
Sorry, just
Clive.
live.
His name's Clive.
Live.
Name's Sowilo, but we call him Slive. Clive.
I feel like I should interject at some point, but I don't have anything funny.
Don't worry about it. It will come when it comes.
That's not like you.
It'll really bug you if you don't, Tom.
Oh.
Yes, doing that. Okay. So like you see Sowilo sort of place their hands on the deck, and like some of the goo separates and like streams forwards towards the toppest left one, this one up here, and then like a hand made of goo appears there. And I need it to make a strength saving throw, please. DC 16.
Nice. It rolled an 18. I'm afraid.
It rolled an 18. Well, the hand stays there anyway, as this sort of big gooey hand pops up and just like
Just like that.
Oh dear. I think you've just found something that Sweet doesn't like. By the way, Josh, we're very sorry.
I'm very good at tuning into what Sweet hates.
Milk.
And there's a verbal component. So Sowilo says,
Let me give myself a hand.
Lovely, brilliant. It is their turn. Sorry, Josh, unless there's anything else you want to do, or you
I'm
want to move.
just double checking my wording because I don't want to break the rules this early on. Yeah, the hand persists. It just does stuff on its turn.
Nice. Fantastic. So it is their turn. The one at the back will take a retaliation at the creature that just tried to attack it, and will cast a bolt of lightning. Kind of comes from that red eye at the front and jolts forward. This red arc of light towards you, making two attacks. A 12 and an 11, though not great.
Who's that against? Sorry,
Against you, Josh.
against me. The 12 hits.
12
Well, you are squishy.
Yeah.
Oh. So it does.
I killed the goo.
10
Never.
points of lightning damage.
Never in all of
10
Sweet's time as a watcher of streams, have I ever seen her take this much of a dislike to a character so early on? And you should take that as a compliment, Josh,
Yeah,
by the way.
I feel like we've done something beautiful here, Josh.
10 points of lightning damage. Sorry, I'm just double checking something. No, it doesn't count there. So 10. Well, I don't want 20, so that's okay. And I will do a
take
con
20,
save.
Just take 10.
Con save to maintain concentration. And bad news for Sweet. That's a 12. I maintain my concentration.
The hand of goo persists.
Yes.
This
Go.
the one closest to Sprocket skitters up with its 3 remaining legs and makes a snapping attack with these little metal pincers it has at the front of its face, and then tries to slash at you with those wicked saw blades. So
Oops.
Doesn't sound very wicked.
it doesn't sound very wicked. It's the other type of wicked. The bite is rubbish. That's definitely not going to hit. The good news is your DM is rolling like toffee today, so that is a 10 to hit with a saw blade and 12 with the second one.
Nope.
Okay, so you think so? I think you're just too fast for this creature, as it kind of
Just do this.
kind of goes to lean forward, and I think it's just not having that back leg.
We've all been there.
We've all been there. This one will charge towards the big boy and do exactly the same thing.
Not the big boy.
The big boy.
Big boy, big though.
15 to hit with the bite.
That misses.
Ooh, and a 23
Tough boy.
with one of the blades.
All right. Yeah, fine. Yes, that hit.
Wow, is that all the damage you do? Okay, fair enough.
Ah.
6 points of slashing damage as this thing just kind of goes into your carapace and
Okay.
starts trying to drill into.
Oh, no, thank you.
Oh, Mel's so polite.
1, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40. One will come up towards Sowilo and try and do the same. Not big with the imaginative. Nope.
Hey,
first
you
one
got
is a
stuck
no.
in it.
Second one is a no.
Wow.
Third one is a 17 to hit.
That will, yeah. That'll hit me. Ooh-wee.
There's probably a bit of a spray of
Goo?
as it kind of goes everywhere and then kind of just drifts back Swillow, but you do take 4 points of slashing damage.
I am going to.
Pass out.
They weren't ready for this. I'm going to use my reaction because I've taken damage of a physical from. Is it non-magical physical?
It is physical damage, yes.
Yep. Cool. I'm not dropping to 0 hit points. I'm going to use my reaction to immediately regain 1d4 hit points.
Nice.
So how much damage was that from you?
I did 4 in total that time.
4 in total.
Yeah.
And I heal 1, so it does 3.
Nice.
As like, yeah, the hit comes in and some of the goo spurts off, and then like a few bits like they rejoin the mass.
Amazing.
Yum.
Hera, one of them will shoot at you with that same red lightning that they did before twice. A 17 to hit and a 5.
They're really enjoying sort of doing the full kind of.
This is how I'm rolling today, so that's possibly a good thing for you guys.
No, it's not. You're gonna get a 20 at some point soon.
Does a 17 hit, Wayne?
Me? Yes, it does.
Oh, okay. Doing 10 lightning damage.
Cool. Owie.
Ouch.
Yeah.
And the last one will take a shot at the strange mechanical thing that it sees behind the cat person.
Whoa, rude. Not Sprocket Jr.
Rude.
For a 6 and a 23.
23 hits. Unsurprisingly.
Doing 7 points of lightning damage. That is the end of their go, which will make it Mal's go.
I think Mal sort of taps into some of the stuff that he's heard Hera say at times, and kind of goes, "Can you please, please and assist, please?" And bonus action rages and drops my quarries fairly unceremoniously, goes for the massive piece of metal and wood on his back, and goes for an attack on this thing in front of him, if that's okay.
I mean, you don't need my permission. Go whale ahead. It hurt you.
Thank goodness. Now, are these constructs, just out of interest?
They are indeed constructs.
Incroyable. In that case...
Are they constructs? Asking for a friend. The friend's me.
Are they constructs? I mean, this is just a casual question. I have no vested interest in the answer whatsoever. It's just a thought, random. So don't feel the need to make this up.
What is it? That's a 13 to hit.
13 does not hit. It pings off of this quite hefty metal outside. And you've probably seen a few different types of metal, and this one looks like one of those metals that Sprocket gets excited about.
Okay. Interesting. That's good to know. Yeah, Mal kind of mutters to himself slightly and goes, "Oh, I really thought I would get you." Okay. And talking about the please and assist, not the cease and desist, not the. Why? And I'm gonna.
You just did that to yourself.
I just mouthed myself. What can I say? And I'm going to attack again. This time for 25 to hit. 25
will hit.
Thank goodness. So that will do. Okay. 14 plus an additional 2 because it's a construct. So 16 points of damage.
Nice. You smash it in. One of its legs is looking really kind of smash it down, and one of its legs twists under, and when it kind of gets back up to its feet, its joint is definitely dislodged slightly.
Cool. Excellent. And I think that will be my turn. I think sort of like as my two front legs are kind of like angling up to this thing in front of me, the back legs are kind of like pushing Cosmo sort of like underneath me, and I just kind of like tilt myself forward ever so slightly so as to give him a little bit more cover. And that's my turn.
He'd be very proud of you. They would be very proud of you if they were awake.
All I'm doing is teabagging a fellow fallen victim, but still,
Oh dear. Hera. Monk gonna monk.
When you dropped Cosmo, did you also drop the artifact that we're supposed to be carrying?
Without a doubt, yeah. Absolutely.
That's pretty much what I assumed.
The artifact is kind of like has rolled a little way away from me, but I'm protecting my my fallen teammate. Yeah.
So Hera is going to, having run in and got hit straight away and taken damage. Hera is going to run straight up to the one in front of me and going to monk on it. So
the monks are gonna monk.
I will hit it with. I will actually run up, and as I run up, you see my left arm kind of some of the plating moves, and a metal staff emerges from my arm, and I will immediately smack it with the metal staff, and that is a 10 to hit, which does not hit.
That does not hit.
And I will take my second attack. I am not rolling using the digital dice.
Cursed.
They hate me.
As I say, you always roll really well with your
I know, I was trying to do something
Why
different.
do you even try?
Okay, that would be a 15 to hit. Does that
15
hit?
does not
Yeah.
hit, I'm afraid.
It doesn't.
These are quite scary, actually. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
I thought they were little, like, little
Yeah,
things.
I've gone from being
um,
this is
I mean, they're about the
encounter.
size. Sorry, Tom. They're
No,
about
no,
the,
it's totally fine.
they're about the size of Sprocket. They're all quite small.
Whoa.
But there are.
Hey, who
lots
are you
of
calling
them.
small?
Yeah, what's it?
I mean, compared to Mal.
Fair point.
That's not fair. He's big.
So Hera is going to be rather annoyed that neither of those hit. So I am going to use a key point, and I'm going to do flurry of blows.
Nice.
So I shall take 2 more attacks with a natural 20.
Oh,
Yeah.
So that's the first one, natural 20, which gives me.
So you max your damage output for a normal roll, and then roll the dice again.
That's 18 on the first hit.
Nice.
And then the second one is a 19
To hit
Which
or
way?
damage?
to hit.
19 will hit as well.
Cool. And I'll do the same. And I'm just rolling once and then plus 4, yeah. So that's 8 points of damage on the second hit.
So a total of 26 damage.
Yeah.
Amazing. You kind of like lugging into this thing, and you kind of see like an exposed cog, and I think you just grab it and pull it out, and there's a shriek from this thing, and it looks like you did some considerable damage.
And then I'm going to use the rest of my movement to move to this side of it.
Nice.
excellent news.
We're using flanking for this, just because it's easy and everybody remembers it.
Perfection.
Lovely. Cool. Top of the round, Sprocket.
Hello. Sprocket kind of leans in a bit closer, and like a little tiny monocle like magnifying glass comes out, and they kind of are inspecting it further, like, interesting. Let's see how you deal with this. And they will get out I mean, they're small, so it's pretty big, a pretty big spanner, and smack them with it.
Amazing. Yeah, go for it.
I love that one. Let's see how you deal with this scientific approach. Whack!
Science.
Hey, applying pressure to things at velocity is still science.
23 to hit.
24
Please,
will
thank you.
hit.
Science hurts.
And that is 6 lightning damage.
6 lightning damage. You strike at it, and you watch the lightning kind of dart around its body, and it kind of looks at you. What was that? Kind of is this funny, strange head at the top front of it, as if that did nothing.
Oh man, I thought that would work. Okay, I'm actually gonna use my Steel Defender this time because I forgot last time. But that will be Sprocket's turn, and then yeah, my Steel Defender will move around him, and Sprocket Junior will move around him, and
Sprocklet.
use Force Empowered Rend to
Nice.
smack it. So it kind of scuttles around with its 4 little robot legs, and then you see like this big toy chest like open, and it kind of looks almost like a mimic, like it has little teeth and a big tongue, but it opens its like mouth, I guess, real wide, and then out of it comes like a big like boxing glove on a spring, and like just like punches this thing in the back of the head.
Never fear. With this party, the circus surely has come to town.
I'm just going to pop them up briefly so people can see.
See the amazing slimy man!
Look at my goo.
Cool. Well, how much does the rend hit for?
Well, it is a. Oh, it's only a 10 to hit.
I'm afraid this thing kind
Unfortunately.
of sees your fellow coming and kind of out the way.
Okay, they're annoying now.
I don't like you.
Okay, that's my turn then.
That's your turn, I'm afraid. It's just these things are quite fast, and they seem to be made of quite stern sort of metal.
Metal, you say?
Metal. However, they do seem to absorb lightning.
Boo.
Sowilo.
I mean, don't we all? Just with different, with very
pretty-
different outcomes.
All
pretty
they
standard,
conduct
right?
lightning effectively, as opposed to the rest of us.
So this is the first of many times that I'm going to say, why didn't I play a bard or an artificer and take heat metal? God, I hate myself.
I did not prepare heat metal.
It is genuinely, without exaggeration, it is my favourite spell.
Maybe tomorrow.
To be fair, you were expecting a smash and grab. You weren't expecting to fight for your lives.
That's true. We weren't expecting a stoop and goop. So, with that in mind, you guys see the goop like squelch into the floor and then reappear behind the one opposite. I can't actually see the grid lines very well. I hope that's in a grid line.
Let me have a quick.
That's okay.
I can change that. I can make it work better.
That's all right. I'm not complaining. The hand sort of just sucks in and then reappears behind the other thing. And I will have the hand attack this thing. I need to make a strength saving throw, please.
It will make a strength saving throw. It rolled a natural one.
Oh,
Do
yes,
with it what you will.
It is restrained.
Amazing.
And it takes an additional 2d6 bludgeoning damage.
2d6.
7 bludgeoning damage. As this hand like comes up and it's just like, you know, in your biology textbooks when you see those diagrams of a cell like a white blood cell digesting a bacteria or something, this is kind of what the hand does. It just reaches over it and like
Nice.
squeezes the thing.
There's a kind of like a metallic scraping sound as pressure is kind of put on this thing. It starts to whir around with these strange arms and trying to pull itself free.
Yeah, it is that thing is restrained, which means all the regular things that it means, and I cannot remember. So give me a second because I'm trying to remember which sorcery, which meta magics I took. I'm a sorcerer, by the way. Trying to remember which meta magics I took.
I didn't do because I thought it'd be quite fun to catch up. As you kind of
sorry.
do your first thing. No, you just.
Sorry,
told me what you're
I've
doing.
been
Meta
unfun.
magic.
No, I don't have the thing. Don't have the thing that I wanted to do. So instead, is there anything in this room that I'm going to rephrase my question? The spell
question you haven't asked
specifies a piece of magical technology within range. Would these things count as magical technology or would they count as creatures?
Ooh.
You know what? I'm going to roll with it. I say they count as both because.
It's too powerful!
So yes, they are
Okay.
because they are a construct. They both count as a creature and technology.
Cool. After the hand squeezes that one, Sowilo will look all the way over at this matey boy, all over in the corner up here in the top left,
Yep.
and like a little hand just made out of the goo just like appears like a finger gun, and
Pew pew.
yeah, you just hear like a little and
A singular one of the nanobots.
and they cast technical difficulties. This spell causes
that?
lights to flicker, blasters to malfunction, and arcane terminals to crash. Choose a piece of magical technology within range.
Yep.
Top left. This device malfunctions in unpredictable ways, such as it is unusable for the duration.
I'm going to give it a save against this because I think
That's fine.
That's fair. But I definitely like you using this.
That's amazing.
What's your spell save?
16.
Okay, so they got a 13, so they do not save.
They can get fucked.
You hear it's kind of like something when you get close to these things. There's like this internal clicking. It's not like other machines which kind of sound like electronics buzzing through them. These actually have an internal click, and you kind of hear something like a spring going wrong, and a cog just kind of drops out of it, and it falls down.
Sowilo just makes a noise. Just makes a noise like.
P again. P.
Yeah, how long does that last for?
A minute.
A minute.
Oh shit!
Shit.
Uh-oh.
The hand dissolves.
Concentration.
Oh no!
That's all right. You made a choice.
The hand dissolves.
I
You
should
made
put
a
a
choice.
stop sign on that one to remind us that it has indeed stopped. Love that. That was brilliant. It is their turn. These two here at the back look at the lot of you, look at the damage you're doing, and they will start picking up the pieces of the thing that they're making, and they scatter around down into the vent that they just climbed out of.
Don't love that.
So they will leave to fight you another time. Strange organic creatures. The one in between Sprocket and Sprocket Jr. will lash out. We'll try and bite Sprocket and then give you both a little bit of chainsaw action. Oh, cool. So, I don't think a 6 hits.
No, it doesn't.
I don't think a 7 hits your Steel Defender, unless I've completely misremembered. However, 23 does hit you.
Yeah.
As the buzzsaw kind of comes in, catches you in the jacket, doing 5
Wait,
points.
can I use Sprocket Junior's a reaction to deflect attack and give you disadvantage?
Of course you can. That is more than fair.
Cool.
One creature it can see within 5 feet. So yeah, I can do that.
Smart move. Artificial smart.
You'll love this.
Yeah, they miss. This one looks like it's going to come in, and I think Sprocket Jr., that little boxing glove, just kind of comes in and bashes it at the back of the elbow, just kind of making it go high.
Thanks, friend.
Okay.
No, that is not the canon voice of Sprocket Junior. Tom, stop it.
We'll workshop it.
So that is
Vetoed.
16 to hit Hera. Then
Yes.
a 23 to hit Sowilo.
A 23?
And a 22 to hit Hera.
All right, jeez.
So
Yeah, 23 on it, yeah. I've just
one
done the maths.
thing will clamp onto your leg, I think, scraping these metal mandibles across the metal, pulling off some of the chrome, doing 6 points of piercing damage, and a further 4 points of slashing damage as this little saw kind of grinds into your shoulder. And Sowilo, you take 6 points of slashing damage as this thing carves through your squishy form.
Why are you
Gonna
happy
use-
now? You got goo everywhere.
Gonna use my reaction to try and recover some of my goo.
Yep, go for it.
Oh, my goo! That's only 1 recovered, so that's 5 damage total.
How do you recover the goo? Is it just one of those where you go?
Sometimes the goo
Get a
like
big straw.
scoops itself in. Sometimes it's just like some hands come out and they're just like. Like when you drop pennies at the arcade. And I need to do a con save as well while I'm here.
No worries. And I think you can probably pass that one.
Yep, and that's a 20. That's a 22.
22. Tom,
Oh,
3 attacks at you.
Oh yeah, why not?
Because you is big and powerful. It will be two 17s and a 7 to hit.
Are these all physical, like melee?
Yep.
So 2 17s and a 7.
Yep.
2 17s hit.
Awesome. That will be 5 points of piercing damage and 6 points of slashing damage.
Both halved to. Do we round down? So that's 2 and a 3.
Down. Yeah, so it's 2 and a 3. So 5 in total.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Ow.
I love it. Excellent. Right.
Ow.
That will make it
Please.
Mal's go.
Nobody makes me bleed my own pneumatic liquids. And I reckless attacked, I think, this one in front of me. You heard.
Oops, all androids.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try and do one of these instead. That's a 10 plus. Oh no, it's advantage. So that is a 10 plus 7 on the first hit.
Does not hit, I'm afraid.
Does not hit.
Does not
My goodness. Okay, cool. Advantage. I don't know how to roll roll 20.
Push the button, push it!
Oh my goodness, I'm not rolling d20 anymore. The highest was an 8 on the second.
8. Cool. If you want to grab physical dice, I am all for them. So
Cool. I might do that.
I'm all for that. That's fine.
Don't trust digital dice.
No.
I fully missed both times, I'm afraid. And that's my turn.
I think it's really frustrating for Mal because this thing is like it has a very similar sort of build to you, and it's doing this thing with that thing that the little ones that you grew up around it. It's just kind of skittering around your legs, just going.
Can you just not, please? Just stop. Stop moving so I can hit you. And I will pass my turn as I go get dice.
Amazing. That will make it Hera's go.
Finally. So I think Hera is going to take an attack on the one that's between her and Sowilo.
You get advantage because flanking.
Which is a 19.
19 will hit.
Cool. So
No,
I'll roll
17 does not hit, but 19 does.
19 does. So I will roll my...
That means their AC is 12.
Yes,
And
Josh,
it's 11 and a half. What am I doing? Oh, D8, there we go. So that would be 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage.
Oh, wait, hang on. 12. Oh, wait, sorry, I'm confused. That's at 5.
Choose a number.
No, that's right. It is. It's 9.
9 points of damage. Awesome.
And then I will use my second attack also on the same one. Which is... Oh, I've got advantage. Let's see, just in case. No, it's 24 to hit.
24 will also hit.
Ooh, and that's 12 points of damage.
Nice.
And then I will spend a key point. And where's my key points? There we go. And I shall use my other arm, and I simply put my hand out at it and lift my hand up as if in a gesture to imply it should stop. And instead, I just from my palm emerges a small cannon which blasts it with radiant energy.
The one in front of you.
Correct.
That would count as a ranged attack, so you would lose your advantage.
That's fine.
Okay, cool. So I mean, I'm happy for the style. I think it's cool.
Natural 20. Okay.
So technically, you do get 2 shots with your thing. So the first one is like, I know how much damage this thing's got. You're going to obliterate it.
Fine.
Describe your kill.
Just putting this gun, the barrel of this sort of light cannon right against the thing, and it just blows a hole straight through what would be kind of where the head type thing would be, eviscerating the top of it, and it just collapses into a pile of sort of smoking circuits.
I think, Sowilo, you have to pull back part of your body a little bit as this beam of like radiant energy just kind of suddenly starts chewing through the deck.
I like to think that there's just like a hole that appears in the middle. Just moves around it.
Yeah, you don't have to move. You can just shape around it. And then
this little thing has got a massive hole in the middle of it. You can see what's left of gears trying to find places, and then it just collapses.
And then for my second one, I'm going to move around to this one. Actually, I'll just move away so it's not in. I'm not at disadvantage with a ranged attack, and I will shoot the one in front of Mal.
Yeah. How about that?
That is a 18 to hit.
18 will hit.
Okay, and that's a D8.
Meets beats.
Oh no, this is with my sunbolt, so this is a D6.
It's scary on a
Oh, that's 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage. Nice. This
Yeah.
thing, I think you just clip off the top end of another one of these legs.
Nice.
So both of its back legs, it can still move around fine, but it's a little stiff. It is not looking well.
Thank you, mommy. Hera, thank you, Hera.
Well, this is awkward.
Sprocket, it is your go.
Okay, Sprocket is going to use their bonus action to cast Kinetic Jaunt. And so you see on their little cat booties. I don't know what those are. Use your imagination.
Kitten
like
mittens?
Yeah. Oh no, now I can't unsee that.
I think they're kitten mittens, but they're shaped like little Star-Lord boots with the rockets on the side.
Yeah, so
Fun
actually,
size
like
big doll.
there's like a little extension that comes around the bottom of their shoes and like starts flashing, and then they kind of dance away, without provoking an opportunity attack.
Nice.
To here.
Moonwalk.
Yeah, they definitely moonwalk backwards away from, like.
You have seen Sprocket use this to distract enemies before. So
Hera has not, because Hera has not been with them that long.
They're like those like flashing shoes that kids have with like little heelys.
Yeah, the little heelys.
Yeah. So they use that to like
Little knitted Heelys.
With rockets on. I think Hera sees Sprocket doing this, and Hera is literally just transfixed watching Sprocket moonwalk in the middle of the battle.
I think they also like put their headphones on as well to listen to some music while they do it. Anyway, yes, now that I'm far away, I will shoot it with my repeater, please.
Go for it.
That is a 21 to hit.
21 will definitely hit.
And that is 10 radiant damage. And
Nice.
then, do I still get 2 shots even though I used my bonus action?
Yeah, you still got.
Is that...
You get
there's
2
not a
attacks
bonus.
as an action. Basically.
Yeah, cool. Cool,
Multi-attack is your action.
Oh, but it misses.
But it misses. I think.
Just the one pew.
You're going to go for the second pew, but I think the beat drops at that moment.
I hate when that happens. Yeah. Too lost in the music. Oh, and then Sprocket Junior do a thing.
Can't do a thing because you use your bonus action.
Oh yeah, dang.
So they will take the defend
Mm-hmm.
dodge action.
Okay.
Cool. Which I should have remembered earlier. So next attack is definitely a disadvantage. Cool. That will make it Sowilo. Your go.
Yes, it is time. It is time. It is Sowilo time. It's Mario time. Cool. I'm now looking at my spell list, and I'm like, oh, Josh, you've not played a sorcerer in a very long time. All you have is concentration spells, which is great. So what Sowilo will do next
Concentrate
is
harder.
concentrate harder. do more thinking. Yeah. They are going to look at the little thing next to them that Hera has been punching. That one's still alive, right?
Yes.
Apparently.
The one in
The one
front
next to
is gone.
Sowilo.
It's my fault.
Oh, it's gone. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Just wanted to check.
That is-
Cool. In which case, Sowilo will just like turn. Well, they won't turn. But like just another hand, like a hand comes out of what you would assume is like the back based on where everything else is, and it's just a hand, and it like stretches and it decouples like from the main thing. It's just this hand that goes and just like lands on it, and the cantrip Chill Touch is what is being cast here.
Nice.
Which is neither chill nor touch. That is a natural one.
Yeah. Oh wait.
So it goes over the top.
There is a lovely noise that I did have prepared for this headphone warning.
I feel like we need to give Sweet more seconds next time.
No.
So what happened, Chris? What happened? It's like
Doesn't matter.
DM,
as-
Sweet has a question for you. We'd like to know how flammable is Josh, because some goo is combustible. So if yes, could someone do a fire spell near them?
Josh is very flammable.
Yeah.
The character Sowilo is no more flammable than a regular being.
So your answer, Sweet, is fight him in the Tesco car park. How about that?
Catch me outside.
How about
With the bonus action, however, I'm going to expend one of my hit dice and heal myself
Yep.
because I am made of goo, which we've established. I'm going to recover some hit
Technically-
points.
technically, Sowilo is made of lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of
Lots of little things that are being held in the goo.
He's got no
I'm like-
to hold him back.
I'm like one of those Portuguese man of war, but without the pizzazz.
a
So one on my hit die as well.
gay, glittering one.
So that's
going well.
3 points of healing. I'm having a terrible time.
But we're pleased you're here.
Most of us.
Action,
Anyway.
bonus action, and I think for some movement, just to be zazzy, I'm gonna oopie goop up towards my good friend
We can
Sprocket.
ever describe Sowilo as Zazzy.
I can.
Fair enough. That was brilliant. Thank you, Josh. It is their turn. This one doesn't have the wherewithal to kind of get out of dodge, so is going to carry on trying to beat up the thing that's actually 4 or 5 times its size.
And it does have disadvantage because Chill Touch hit.
That is true.
But
The
he
first
does.
one, anyway.
He did also have advantage, unfortunately, so that cancels it out because of reckless attack. But thank you.
Ooh.
That is fine. So they rolled a 15, a 9, and a 10 anyway. So
Actually, to be fair, you can roll at disadvantage if you want to, though.
if I want to,
Yeah, just if you want to from
but
those.
I don't think I need to do that.
What was the lowest? 15.
15 was the lowest.
Cool. So the last 2 hit.
The last 2 hit.
Yeah.
The ones that are lower than 15.
Didn't you say 15, 17, and...
No.
No,
No, 15 was the highest.
15,
was the
10,
highest.
and 9.
I might have had a stroke. Okay, in that case, none of them hit.
None of them hit. I think it's kind of looking around for its friends. It's kind of making hacking motions at you.
Cool.
And then I think you just do what it did to you. Ah.
Come at me! Yeah.
It's just it's dazzled by your enormous appendage.
And moving swiftly on, with disadvantage, the other one will make 3 strikes at Sprocket Jr. This is not looking
No,
good.
not Sprocket Jr.
Yeah, all of those miss. Sprocket is Sprocket Jr. is just kind of like bouncing around as well. So that was a really effective turn on their part. This one is just going to sit there, broken. Kind of
Same. Honestly, same.
Tom, let us know if you'd like smell Melba toast or something.
I will. Or if there's a fire going in my head. Yeah.
Having a small middle class stroke.
that will take it to Mal's go.
Okay, I think Mal just looks at it and goes, "Please just die already." Like sort of crouches down and just goes, "Please, I just want to hit you. Like my friends are all doing things, and I'm not. Stop it. I just kind of go
He was a baby.
recklessly, I guess."
It doesn't seem to have helped.
Oh, it did that time. That's a fucking, excuse my language. That's a nat 20.
Yeah.
Finally, on the first hit.
Woo, woo, woo. Where's
so
your
that-
nat 20, Josh?
Yeah,
Come on.
Josh. So we're doing crunchies, aren't we?
We are doing crunchies, so yeah.
Incredible.
Match your damage on the first dice, add your modifier, and then roll your dice again.
Cool. So that is 29 points of damage on the first hit.
Mal,
Yeah.
describe your kill.
Oh,
Smash.
great. I think
Smash.
I think Mal just kind of like brings one foot up and just kind of like sits, sort of presses it down to the ground a little bit, and between the two sort of like claws on his foot, he just kind of like like as he's going, "Please, I really want to hit you. I really just want to kind of," and just like presses down slowly in the top of this thing. Thank you. This is really kind of you. Thank you very much. Thank you. So that is the first attack, and then Mal runs around in this direction to go. Sprocket, I killed it. You're not Sprocket, and you're not Sprocket. Okay, and he's gonna go for an attack against this other one here, if at all possible. Still reckless. That was a 12 plus 7, so 19.
19 will hit.
Sick. It will cut. Okay, cool. I've been watching lots of Forged in Fire recently.
Forged in Fire is so good.
Depressed and lonely, so Forged in Fire. That is 7 points of slashing damage against this boy too.
Amazing. It is on its last, pardon the pun, last legs. But it is still moving around at this point.
And I think Mal just kind of like stands there, like props himself up on the axe, looks at Sprocket Jr. and goes, "This one can be yours. It's okay." Before realizing that he's just left Cosmo on the ground and kind of goes, and that's his turn.
Love it, absolutely love it. Terror. I think in horror you realise that Mal's not only abandoned poor Cosmo, but the artifact you were sent to retrieve in the first place.
I think, like, seeing that there is only one of these left and one that's incapacitated, I think Hera is just going to kind of walk over towards this one, and as she gets there, will just look at Mal and say, "Do you want to pick up the priceless artifact and your team member, maybe?" And then I'm going to whack the one in front of me with the staff protruding from my one arm.
Gonna whack it.
We are playing flanking, yeah?
Yep, flanking works.
I'll move to there then. Okay. 14 to hit on the first one.
Yep.
It doesn't hit though, does it?
Doesn't hit. No.
No.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Me
Second one.
acknowledging that number.
Second one is an unnatural 20.
Dirty 20 will hit.
Sorry. 7. 11 points of damage.
Hera, describe your kill.
I think Hera does a unnecessarily sort of over dramatic flourish of the staff, sort of spinning it round, and then just brings it straight down on the top of this thing and goes pretty much like 3/4 of the way through it.
You watch as this thing is smashed into the deck, its legs finally breaking free of its body, and what's left of that light in its eye just slowly goes out.
And then she kind of looks at Sprocket Jr. and is a little unsure as to whether she should sort of smile or, because it's a box.
Literally a toy box.
Amazing.
The sound of battle sort of throughout the whole facility is still quite loud. You can hear that elsewhere the remnants of this cult that you stole from are still battling these things, but around you it is at least quiet for the moment.
My spell will run out in maths in 48 seconds for the one that's currently technically disabled.
Yeah.
I will
Just
let
so
you
everyone's
guys
aware.
pull that apart if you want to without rolling.
I think Sprocket's already on the way over there.
Yeah, I was going to say,
on
Sprocket's-
Sprocket Jr. to like kind of disable it and put it in the box so that he can take it to. They can take it to.
There may be parts we could use in there.
Yeah.
So interestingly, so actually I will have you roll either an Arcana or a tech roll for me.
Okay.
Could you remind me what modifier tech uses? Sorry.
I think it's intelligence as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are a few new skills, data, tech, and piloting, which these guys will be using. Most of them have a tendency to use intelligence or dexterity. But those of you who have followed some other heroes know that occasionally I throw left field other things at people depending on social circumstances and the like. So do not be confused if you read the book and go, that's not how that works. No, that's how it works right now.
It is now.
Yeah.
Well, you can be confused.
I make
but
the
just,
rules here.
Just rest assured that we're as confused as you are.
I got a 26 on the old
26.
Arcana.
So did you use Arcana or Arcana? So you start pulling this thing apart, and since you left your home, you've become quite adept at understanding magitech and things like that. You have never seen anything like this. This thing shouldn't work. It is made of pure clockwork.
I think at this point, when Sprocket realizes this, their eyes get like big, and like, you know, in anime when they get like the sparkly eyes.
There's only one type of thing that you've encountered out in the verse that you think may have a similar way of working, and at least you can sort of explain those away with semi-organic parts, and that's Warforged, the other type of magical golem that occasionally appear in the verse. But this is a pure mechanical clockwork device. This is no more complicated than a grandfather clock, and yet it's possibly one of the most dangerous automaton that you've ever seen.
Ooh. So can I take the parts?
You can take it apart.
Okay. I will harvest its mechanical organs.
Wow.
I think I don't know if you want to call your friends over to help pull this thing apart and then put it inside.
Yeah, I definitely will call everyone over. You got to see this right now.
Why is this so fascinating?
Well, you see, this is, well, I don't really know what it is actually.
Sowilo
mechanical.
starts just moving over the mechanical parts.
Don't do that. You're getting them all gooey.
Oh,
Take a step
Oh.
back.
oh!
Yeah. Come on.
I think,
You just
yeah.
start, like picking little bits apart, like wires are being pulled apart.
Mal sort of like trundles over to Cosmo, picks him up by his head, and sort of like starts like plodding along, dragging Cosmo behind him for a little while. And here's the kind of, and then kind of goes, oh, okay, and picks him up, puts him on his back, and kind of comes over and goes, what is it? Have you found more robots or?
Well, yeah, it's a robot, but it shouldn't be this advanced. It's basically I took it apart and it's clockwork, but it's I don't know what's powering it.
Okay.
Maybe you could do a bit more investigating once we're back on the ship. Because I have a feeling more of them are coming, so we should probably make a move.
I mean, I guess so.
And you did definitely see two of them trying to build another one.
Yes, that's probably not a good sign that they're building more of each other. Mel, do you have the artifact that we came here to risk our lives for?
Kind of pats his carapace where pockets should be but aren't, and kind of no. Kind of looks around and sees what does it actually look like, this artifact?
So
What
this
is
is
it like?
rolled free of the tarpaulin that you guys have thrown over it. It is effectively a large tooth, probably about nearly as tall, stood on its point as Brocket is, with like runes and strange mechanical elements written through it. It's clearly Magitech, and it clearly belongs to something much larger. But at the moment it seems to be inert. When you kind of gave it a cursory look over, there was sort of like a resonance of some magic to it, but it wasn't active.
Okay.
We should be sure to make sure it is kept safe. What if we were to put it in the box? Gestures
To Sprocket Jr.
I don't think it's a good idea to put important things in there. They kind of get
Strange,
eaten.
unknowable tech into tech.
But
That's a very
they
good
are
thing
hungry.
to remember. That's a very good thing that you pointed that out.
I lost like 4 of my toys into there. It's not good.
I'll walk
I'll make
over
you
and pick
new
up the
ones.
thing.
It's fine.
Yeah, I think I probably wait until this runic magical object is kind of covered before I pick it back up. I don't. Mal doesn't necessarily vibe with this thing that looks like it should be in a bigger thing, but also is more dangerous, and so yeah, I think he sort of shuffles his legs a little bit until it's actually covered, and then he kind of hoists it up and starts to move. Are we all okay?
Well, apart from Cosmo, I could do with a little rest, but I think we could probably get back to the ship for that, so that we're not in any more danger.
It's about this time that over your comm systems, those of you who are using them, a familiar female voice comes over. Hello there, it's just Doris checking in on how things are going.
We're on our way back to the ship, Doris. We had a small complication that was unexpected, but we should be back soon, and we may need some space for repairs and a bit of medical attention for Cosmo.
Right, well, I've got some good news and some bad news. Which would you like first?
Bad news first. Bad news first.
I had to take off because there's these strange little creatures that are eating the platform, and it was falling apart anyway. The good news is you don't have to move so far. I'm quite close to you. think it's about this time, you can sort of hear the rumble of close proximity thrusters, and you see your ship, the Sun Spear, loom into shape through the side windows. I locked onto your signal. I hope you don't mind, but I thought it'd be quicker
Classic
this way.
Doris.
Are you suggesting we jump on board, Doris?
Well, it's that or fight your way through an army of mechanical creatures.
I think
Jump! Let's jump! Let's
we're
jump!
kind of
Let's do
done
it!
with. Oh, all right. Okay. Apparently, we're jumping, Doris. If you could make sure the door is open for us, that'd be great.
So you kind of watch the back hatch opens up, and you can see the light coming from internally. She drifts the ship so it's facing you. So, are you going to explode it from inside, or would you like me to do it?
Oh, I think you should do it, but give us a second to step back, if that's all right. And I will just try and sort of usher everybody back to give her some space to do this.
So I feel like the crew of the Sun Spear have done this, even if Hera. This is a typical rescue maneuver for you, whereby Doris will shoot something out and try and catch you. You've only lost one of you temporarily in deep space 2 or 3 times.
I think Sprocket is already climbing on top of Sprocket Jr. and sort of holding on like tightly in anticipation, and also like kind of laughing maniacally.
I just have images of Sprocket Jr. doing that thing that like kicking back the dust, getting ready to.
I think Mal kind of like holds out a hand for Sowilo as the sort of like back carapace starts to sort of like open, and you just hear like a of his vestigial wings kind of getting ready, and kind of does the same for Hera, and kind of goes, would you like a boost?
Possibly, yes.
It is great fun to fly with Mal.
Wait, do you?
Mal,
fly-
don't forget you
Mal.
have to hold on to Cosmo.
Okay.
It is okay. Deep Cosmo in my mass.
I think Mal sort of sees the sort of like the large hole in in Cosmo's body that is apparently there now, and just kind of like lifts him up over his head and just sort of slots him on the horn. I think it's okay.
Sprocket Jr. shuffles away from them slightly.
Hera's just going to say, Doris, do I need to point out to your crew that there is no gravity in space?
It's fine. They've done it before. I'm sure they'll be right.
I'm not sure which is more alarming, that they've done it before or that you're not worried about this.
I only had to go and get Mal once.
Okay, you know what? The talking's not helping. Let's just do this.
It is okay, Hera, because gravity is the weakest force. It is kept at bay by a mere magnet.
That's
A magnet keeps the papers onto the fridge. These and other people things.
I honestly have no idea what. Please, let's just
weather
jump.
today looks
You know
fine.
what? Let's just jump into endless space. Let's do that, rather.
There is
Space is not endless. We will all die eventually.
Boost!
and with Mal's shout, there is an explosion, and you are all suddenly there's all the air in the passage is sucked out. Mal gives Hera a healthy shove as all of you are plunged into deep space, into the space just outside the station. I would like you all to make either an acrobatics or an athletics check.
Oh, thank goodness.
If you have any spells or anything that you would like to use to help you, you may do so because you had time to set them up.
I think Mal just gets very, very excited and goes into another rage.
Technically would give you advantage on athletics.
Yeah.
So. You can, as a monk, it's a bit iffy, but I think you can slow your fall.
I was going to say, I mean, I've got slow fall, but I'm not sure I'd be, that would be much help in space. But I could use, I mean, if you would allow, I could potentially use my Radiant Sunbolt as a kind of form of sort of force to kind of steer myself if I need to.
Absolutely do. Yep, that's fine. Sowilo?
I made a goo, baby. Splat me against that wall.
Are you going to do that
Straight
thing?
off later.
Are you going to do that thing where you hit at the top and then just do the whole like until you hit the door?
When I was talking to Chris about the concept for Sowilo, specifically what they look like, I was like, those little gooey men you used to get in Christmas crackers or party bags that you throw against the window?
Totally.
Yep.
Oh my god, I love that so much.
Sowilo's got no magics to help here. I did not build a character that I usually play.
What I will say though, you do have extended reach, so I would allow you to use that to guide yourself.
Do I?
Yeah,
That's exciting.
You can lash out your form as a to help guide you in.
All right, here we go then. We're gonna go with the suckling hook.
You can shoot out a gooey tendril of grappling.
Sprocket will do something less gross and cast Expeditious Retreat. Will that help?
Yeah, I think that you are going so fast that your momentum will just carry you through to the ship. So
like some little boosters come out of their backpack, like sort of like a jetpack. So yeah, Sprocket and Sprocket Junior are propelled forward with rocket boosters.
Hera probably looks unnerved at this point.
Like this.
Mal, indifferent. Sowilo, you can rarely tell exactly what Sowilo is feeling in the moment. Sprocket, however, has the biggest, wickedest grin that you have ever seen on their feline face. There is a burst of energy. I'd like you all to roll either athletics or acrobatics. You all get advantage because of your wonderful choices.
Sprocket rocket. Thank you, Nikki.
Yes. Why didn't I think of that?
That's a 24.
Nice.
Whoa.
18.
18.
12.
12. Okay.
No. 4.
4.
It was gonna be a 20,
It's going to be a 20.
and then it landed on a 2. So now it's a 4.
Now it's a 4. The good
Wait, did you
news
roll with
is,
advantage?
This time.
Oh, I didn't roll with advantage. You're right.
Yeah, you must roll with advantage.
You
19.
19.
Yay!
So you all
Sorry.
get through. You
Very sweet. He's coming with us.
You burst into out of the atmosphere, or what's left of the rapidly escaping atmosphere, using the momentums that you have created for yourselves, guiding yourself into the hatch. There is a as each of you fall, and followed by a loud splat as Sowilo literally hits the far deck and then just slides down, as we described, head over foot until they hit the floor again. None of you take damage. All of you made it. Doris immediately closes the bay and starts pressurizing slowly as to not give any of you who breathe future problems. And I think that is a lovely place for us to take a quick break. We're just going to step away so we can use facilities, make ourselves a drink. Like everybody else, please do grab yourself a coffee and or whatever. We'll be back in 10 minutes, so that's about 10 to. And carry on with this space adventure. Big hello to everybody who's come across from Wicked Game and Dice and the Slice to join us today. We are really grateful to have you here. We're having a great time. We hope you are as well. Sweets, slime, aversion aside.
We appreciate the high quality of discussion that is in the chat today, I would like to say.
I didn't realise quite how divisive goo would be.
I hadn't thought about it. No,
It gets everywhere.
Oh, And on that, we'll be back in 10 minutes.
Bye.
back.
And then I said wrecked him, killed him, more like. Oh, I just said that apropos of nothing.
Apropos of nothing. Well done. I'm so proud of you. Hi! Welcome back. I hope you guys all found time to get a bit of a break, grab something to drink. Before the break, our wonderful rogues gallery of adventurers. More like the extras that Star Trek didn't want.
Sweet as that.
Sorry, the first comment when we come back is just Sweet saying, "I wish someone would kill Sowilo."
Oh.
Aww. Poor Sowilo.
Oh,
I
dear.
just feel like it's
Misunderstood.
personal now.
Feels
Our
personal.
friend managed to escape an abandoned, a semi-abandoned space station from an attack by some strange mechanoid creatures. After a impromptu space jump, they find themselves in the hangar of their own ship, probably in a bit of a mess all over.
Did anyone roll a saving throw for Cosmo?
Well, Cosmo left the horn and is just floating about.
I'm going to go with Malakos had the wherewithal to kind of keep Cosmo sort of. I think you didn't help the damage that has been done to your poor friend, but you didn't make it too much worse. You're still convinced that Sprocket can fix it.
We can rebuild him.
Right? Sprocket can fix anything.
Theseus's Vect, I think, at this point, isn't it, really?
It is, yeah. So, you are... Those of you that breathe are breathing heavily from what is something that shouldn't be recommended on a regular basis. But you are all in your own ship.
Oh, that was so fun. I think we should do that every day. Like
No.
every time.
Yeah, I'm ready to go again. Let's go again.
No,
Just for practice. Just
Look, I was put here to keep you safe. We are not jumping out into space for random practice.
I think we are perfectly safe.
Well, now we're safe, yes.
We have always been safe.
Yeah, you heard them. We have always been safe.
Right, fine. Okay, I'm great. You're safe. Would you mind if I kept the artifact safe if you're going to jump out into space again?
Oh, of course, yeah. Well, what is it, by the way?
It's what the benefactor asked us to get.
Oh. I feel
We
like that
don't
was
need to know
announced.
what it is.
No? Okay.
We only have to get it. This is the purpose.
Well, it's an artifact that the benefactor desperately wants to get hold of to keep safe and for their own purposes of discovery. But all I know is that it can be dangerous, which is why we had to get it back from the cult, who were surprisingly well equipped. But yes, as soon as it's returned to the benefactor, that will be the final part of this job. The benefactor just thought it would be good if I came along to help this time rather than just giving you the missions. I suggested that perhaps I would accompany you on this one to add a little punching power, shall we say? Because
Well, now you have had the chance to see how the sausage gets made.
I'm sorry?
This is a phrase. You have had a chance to see how the sausage gets made.
Okay.
Because a sausage is made of things that you do not want to know is in the sausage, but you only want to eat the sausage. Normally you get the sausage, and now you have seen how that the sausage is to be getting made.
Right. Yes, that now I can see. Yeah, I'm not saying that.
I think while they're having this conversation, Sprocket is just like quietly shifted and is looking under whatever is covering this artifact. Can I take a little investigate?
Yes, you can. You can. It's up to you. You can use investigation, arcana, or tech.
We'll go with
Or
investigation.
nature, actually, or nature as well.
We'll go with investigation. That is a 19.
19. This thing hums with energy. As has been described before, it's definitely inert at the moment, but it could be activated again. There is... It's an organic thing that someone has later attached the technological elements to. For what purpose, you're not entirely certain. You kind of, with your sort of more arcane senses, you can sort of feel like there's movement and it's looking for something. You feel like this is definitely part of a larger device or creature.
Okay. They take one finger and like poke it.
It kind of rocks ever so slightly, but it doesn't do anything.
Sowilo has moved on to using minor image to show what a sausage is, and how sausages are produced.
Great. No, I do know what a sausage. It doesn't matter. Shall we? I'm going to just get Doris to put the artifact in the safe. I'm assuming there is a safe hold on the ship somewhere.
Well, not so much anymore. No.
Would you care to elaborate on the any more part?
Well, you remember... Doris is talking directly to the group. Do you remember when Sprocket said that they needed to repair the manifest overhaul, just in case we did a dark matter jump or an emergency and it didn't work? Yes, they might have used the storage system to do that.
Oh, that makes sense, to be fair. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Doris, is there somewhere we can just put the artifact that is just a little secure, even if it's not the actual safest?
The observation...
Sprocket could take care of it.
I think...
We could put it in the mass.
Do you know what? I think I'm probably just going to put it in my locked cabin.
Okay.
Rude.
I mean, if you're looking for suggestions, the observation deck has a wonderful swivel chair, has a seatbelt and everything. Beautiful view.
Oh, Doris, it doesn't have eyes. You can't see the beautiful view.
How do you know?
Put Hera in it.
I do not have eyes. I can still see.
Oh. I kind of like look at you even closer. Oh. How does it work?
That is a rude question.
Oh.
You can't just go around asking people how they see.
Okay.
I mean, it's a fair point. Nobody asks you how do you work.
No, that's fair. That's fair. And I sort of like shuffle over to Sprocket and goes, but how does it work?
What? Sorry, say it again. I didn't hear you, Tom.
Yeah, but how does it work, though?
Sowilo will make their way over to Cosmo and just start like casting mending, but kind of idly, and like just like wires are being straightened out and like bits are sort of being neatened up and pulled together.
No, we can't do that yet. He's not here.
No, it's just like gentle mending, just like the whole is like slowly being patched.
I mean, yeah, you can do me a roll, either an investigation or a tech roll, I guess.
Much of a muchness. That is a natural 20 plus 5.
20 plus 5, lovely.
That's where my nat 20 is.
There it is. Oop, there it is.
Just saving it for the second half, clearly.
Oop, there it is.
So the thing you kind of notice that Cosmo's internal systems are trying to repair them. It's obviously will take them time to do so. Sprocket did manage to do something along the lines of a stabilizing once over before you threw them on Mal's back, but they are going to need to rest and repair their systems. Also, you all know that they are definitely going to moan about the paint job damage to their chassis.
I think that's probably what Sowilo is going to be focusing on. Just like there's billions of little nanobots that are just going.
You can repair some of the structural damage, but it is going to take them probably a long rest to get back on their feet. But they're functional, they're stable. They will return to consciousness when they're ready to do so. So you don't have to worry about them. Just prop them up behind their bar, and they'll be happy.
Yeah. We'll just prop them on a comfy seat behind the bar and let them repair themselves.
Weekend at Cosmos.
Weekend at Cosmos.
That's actually what happens when you get really bad food poisoning when you visit Cosmos.
Chris, do we all know? They all know what our kind of next step is for this, correct?
Yeah. So you have told them that they need to jump to a different sector of space. Unfortunately, at the moment, there is a null magic storm traveling through that system. So, although it's not impossible, it is not safe to do a dark matter jump unless you absolutely have to. So the original plan was to retrieve the item, head to Perseus Station on the near where you need to be, wait a couple of days until the storm passes, and then make the jump to where you need to go.
Gotcha. Right. Okay. So, if everybody's kind of safe on board, should we set course for Perseus Station, which is supposed to be our next stop?
Yeah. Who?
Let's go.
Thank you ever so much, everybody. We've been some of the heroes. Good night. Just a quick question. Who, in terms of the piloting the ship itself, piloting the Sun Spear, who are in the roles of that?
So, that is a really good question. There are all of you, possibly the exception of Mal, have basic piloting skills. Piloting in this instance would indicate that you are like an exceptional Top Gun style pilot. Mal, you probably have been given the stick a couple of times and then had it taken away from you quite quickly.
You've been given the stick a couple of times, and then we took it back and reattached it.
Yeah.
I think I like to feel that to think that Sprocket has given me like a toy wheel or toy stick, so that like Maggie in the start of The Simpsons.
Yeah, when you sit in your seat, you have got one, but it's not attached to anything.
Yeah.
Doris does have a... For those who want to know, by the way, Doris stands for Dynamic Organizational Research and Investigation System. There is a reason that she is called Doris. Doris is capable of basic flight and is quite good autopilot, but she is not good for combat situations. Okay. When that happens, one of you will have to leap into the chair, as it were. But I don't know. Well, it's a good question for you guys. Who got Doris and the Sun Spear first?
I feel like that.
Can I make an outrageous claim?
Yeah.
So because Sowilo's whole thing is being able to like properly interface with technology, I like to think that Sowilo is very protective about Doris. And like they believe that Doris is like part of Sowilo.
Okay.
Like so Sowilo gets to drive because then it is Sowilo. Obviously Doris has their own opinions about that.
Yeah. I think
But to answer your question, I do think we took this vessel from a very, very nice Australian chap.
guys.
He recently, from the actual continent of Australia, his first job in the Perseus sector, selling spaceships.
At a place called Ships.
Was going
Spaceships.
really well until Sprocket hotwired the ship and it jumped away whilst he was doing the paperwork.
Of course, we haven't seen him for a while, though. We don't know where he is on the ship. But anyway.
Yeah.
God, I've got to make that canon now.
I'm pushing for Captain Guy Captain to be a multiversal being.
Captain, Space Captain.
Captain
Space Captain. I like that.
Thank you, Rooney. Hero's just going to say, Doris, if we're going to be travelling anywhere, none of those weird little beasts that attacked us have got on the ship, have they?
I'm fairly certain I got them all before I took off. I'll do an internal sweep just in case I miss one of them, because frankly they'll start pulling the innards apart. I know they will.
What operating sort of level are you running at now, Doris?
Windows Vista.
Probably about 75%, which is quite normal for us at the moment.
Wait, 75% is normal.
I mean, if anything, it's good, you know? Like, that's brilliant.
Why?
Well, I mean, we would be running at 100%, but we kind of lost a few bits here and there, and Sprocket's made some rearrangements, so, you know, on the whole, I mean...
Improvements.
On the whole, considering that we've never actually technically been repaired, we're doing all right, I'd say.
We are operating at 60.52631578.9%.
Great. I'm really glad I asked this question. Okay, so...
Is that your hit points, by the way?
Expressed in a percentage.
Amazing, I love that.
So, Perseus Station? Because in the absence of Cosmo, I could definitely do with a drink. So perhaps we could get one there.
Sowilo will go sit in the captain's seat, not feeling that they are captains, but they just sort of they just sort of meld ever so slightly into the seat. You know the horror stories you hear about people that sit in leather chairs for years and end up like
No.
No. Stop.
It's nothing like that. It's
to reiterate, we have been some other heroes.
No, we haven't. We haven't. We're not. It's not the stream.
Stop the ship. I'd like to get off, please.
Was it the Perseus station we're going to?
Perseus Station, yeah.
Perseus Station.
Yeah.
So Sowilo sits down and like the hue of their body changes slightly, like little bright specks of light appear sort of within the chest cavity, and
Okay, Doris, take us to Perseus.
And there's a thrum as the sublight thrusters start up and the ship maneuvers, and you can feel it pulling away from the subtle level of gravity until you get into total into the outer edges of space, and things, or the artificial gravity totally kicks in for you all. Like a slight lurch, you know, that kind of feeling that you kind of, when you go over a very tall bridge very quickly, and that kind of pit in your stomach, telling you that you have left anywhere near orbit. As you are pulling away, Doris does pull up a last, as protocol, pulls up a signature so you can see the screen, so you can see the planet, the dead planet, and this station. You watch as two small ships leave the platform in another direction, and then the platform explodes before it just disappears into rear view.
That was close. That could have been us.
I mean, we didn't do that, right? We're not going to get like calls or something from people.
It will be fine. If anything comes back, the benefactor will sort it. But that was most definitely due to those creatures rearranging the mechanics of that station.
Should we follow the other ships on the off chance that they have bits of Cosmo?
No, I'm pretty sure we got all of Cosmo, and our mission is to head to Perseus Station next. I think we need to keep on that.
Are you having fun, Hira?
I'm sorry.
Fun? Are you having fun? I assume that is why you came.
Well, I'm kind of here to make sure that the mission goes efficiently.
Doris, could you set Hira's...
Sorry. She's here to keep an eye on us so we don't do anything stupid.
A little bit.
Doris, could you set Hira's seat to be on massage mode?
I think I've explained this before, Sowilo. We don't have massage modes on our ship. I'm very sorry to disappoint you.
Is that Sowilo's cue just to sort of like extend an appendage just to poke a little bit?
Yes. It's just like these soft tendrils, just like you know when a cat is making biscuits, it's like that, but it's
No,
marshmallow.
but I just have a point. I just have an image of Sowilo doing that to someone else, and it just being like a single tendril just poking in their cheek.
See, this
So relaxing.
So yeah, so you all seem a lot of fun, but I'm kind of here on a business
I
mission.
would like to roll
really.
an insight check on that fun.
By all means. Are you trying to deceive them, Hera?
Depends on what he rolls.
Hira's having a whale of a
Well,
time.
it has to be, if you're trying to hide the truth, it needs to be a contested roll. But
That's 16 minus 2, 14.
She does seem to have a fondness for you.
Stop it.
for everybody at home, Hera is not normally a member of the crew, but has been their liaison for the benefactor for a number of years. This is actually the very first time that she stepped foot on a mission with them.
I just have to dash away for a second. I'll be right back.
No worries. So the ship moves forward, and it's going to take you probably roughly about an hour or so to get to Perseus Station. In the meantime, you make some makeshift repairs on your gear and yourselves, whilst you're able to bandage up any cuts and bruises.
You mean like having a long rest, perhaps, or a short rest?
Short
even?
rest, if you wish, for them at the moment.
Oh yeah.
You can entertain yourself on the ship. The ship is what's known as a transport class. It's not actually a transport vehicle, but it's bigger than a personal fighter, it kind of has actually got a small fighter and on a sub-launch deck just below if you guys ever need to use it.
Oh boy.
Which is called Shield, funnily enough. Has got a ready room, and you have each got an individual room, which is nicer than a lot of their ships give you. Sorry, Tom, you're going to ask me something.
No, I was actually gonna ask about sort of whether we were bunking together or whether we were sort of in individual cabins or what have you. So that's yeah.
Yes, so you have got enough space for individual rooms if you want them. Whether you choose to do that or not is up to you. I mean, you know for a fact that Sprocket you occasionally have to put to bed because they won't sleep. Cosmo.
Well, presumably, all we have to do is put out a cardboard box.
Yeah, then they jump in it and do that thing where they like spin around a few times
Yeah.
and then sit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But don't peek in because that's a good way to get booped on the nose.
with a laser.
with a spanner. Those well-known gentle boops with a spanner.
Cool. I think during the trip, Mal sort of like trundles back to his room and takes one of the sort of fragments of like the shell of one of those horrible little bug things from somewhere from his one of his little pouches, and he kind of sticks it to. He's making like a little mosaic of like the world that he came from out of these bits and pieces. And if anything's ever big enough, he's made like a little mini sort of terrain type thing where he's put like little sort of like figures, sort of like almost like a kind of
He's got his own little terrarium.
yeah, kind of, and he sort of like rearranges them a bit and kind of plays with them a bit, and then once he's sort of happy with the rearrangement, he goes and knocks on Sprocket's door, and waits for an answer.
Sprocket can't come to the phone right now. If you'd like to leave a message, they'll get back to you after the beep. Beep.
That beep? Or is there another beep, or do I talk now? Oh, that one. Okay. I got some of the pieces of the bug things. If you want them, I will leave them here, or
At this point, the door like kind of springs open, and they kind of appear in the doorway with the hand up.
I was just making a note for you, a message. I got these pieces for you, if you want them.
Yep, Sprocket will have. Thank you.
Okay. There you go. I was wondering whether
Thanks, bye.
Okay. Beep. You're welcome. Sort of like trundles away.
Tom, can I have Mal make a perception check for me?
Oh heck yeah, you can. Perception. Oh, wouldn't you know it? Would not you know it? That was an 8.
An 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything on ship seems fine. No
Nice.
problem. Sprocket. That's who they are. Hera, I will make you make the same perception check as well, whilst you are trundling around the ship.
Ooh, perception. Ooh, yeah. 22.
22. I think, I don't know, Mal, where are you heading? Are you heading back to your room, or are you heading to one of the open areas?
Yeah, I think usually he sort of goes to the bar area and kind of like sits around chatting to Cosmo every now and then, kind of thing. So he kind of like he's knowing that Cosmo isn't there. You know, the muscle memory is kind of taking him to the bar, and then he's going, no, he's not there. And then I think so. I think he's just sort of in one of the corridors of the ship, just kind of going, what do I do?
And I think this is where Hera you find Malakos, and you're kind of just looking a bit lost.
You okay, Mal?
Oh yeah, I know. This is my ship. I know where I'm going.
Where are you going?
I was going to the bar.
Oh. Maybe there's an unlocked cabinet and we could get a drink.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
Great. Which way is the bar?
It's that way. I think. Yeah. I sort of I'll kind of trundle along with you in sort of in tow, kind of just chuntering, just kind of doing the whole kind of Cosmo is very particular about his drinks, so we might not be able to find something like a lot, but we can like get, I don't know, some. What do you drink? Do you drink cranberry juice or elderflower cordial or orange juice?
Let's see what's there. We'll have a look at what's there.
Okay.
Hera, it's about this moment that you notice a small, blue, furry creature scampering down the corridor with some of the ship's wiring in its mouth. And it looks over its shoulder with its 4 little tiny beady eyes, blinks, and then vanishes.
So I quite like orange juice and pineapple.
Just before we carry, did you just see a small furry creature over there in the corridor? No? Okay.
What? No, sprockets in their room.
No, different. It wasn't Sprocket, it was blue. It was, do you know what? Never mind. I might just, do you know what? I'll have some water in the bar. It's fine.
Mal, it could be the Thwirl. You've never caught the little bastard.
Hold that thought. Actually, no, don't. Where did it go?
Well, I don't know. It just, wait, so you did see it?
No, but it could be the Thwirl.
Wait, what do you mean the Thwirl?
Well,
You have a Thwirl on, you keep a Thwirl on the ship?
Suddenly, the 75% makes a lot more sense.
How long?
Hold that thought. I'm gonna go find it. Just sort of bounce that way. Bye bye. And I go running, and sort of like you kind of hear like a boosh, kind of as I'm running too fast around corridors, trying to come in. Yeah. As I go into the distance.
On the deck, Sowilo has been left to relative peace, as much peace as Sowilo is ever allowed, with the millions of tiny voices that make up Sowilo. Doris is running diagnostics, making sure the ship is fine. You can hear the hum of the sublight engines, and you can watch as the infinite void of space just drifts past. Occasional satellites, small pieces of rock, bouncing off the deflector shield. You do hear crashing. Sorry, go on.
You see, I look out into the stars and I think perhaps they are just one of many things, and that brings us comfort. Don't you think? Don't we think?
Were you talking to me, Sowilo?
Yes.
Oh. Well, I mean, although I sound like I have an opinion on these things, I'm really only an AI, so I don't really think about those sorts of things. All I see is data, which allows me to
But
keep you moving and safe.
the biological organisms, the ones of carbon, they are just AI, but it is their chemicals that make them do things instead of the binaries.
Well, I'm stuck on code, but that's okay, because I'm happy in my lot. As happy as a pre-programmed AI system as ever.
I read 30,000 works of slash fiction in my first day.
I'm very sorry for you.
Do you believe in love?
I believe that your friends and you believe in love, and that's enough for me.
Malice in the Electronic Sea game.
Sowilo has a lot of conversations like this with Doris.
Doris's relationship with Sowilo, I feel like, is a permanent placation. Just like always very pleasant, and will always do everything that she can for Sowilo, but genuinely is not what Sowilo is looking for. Is just not there.
That's exactly what it is. Rooney's summarised it. Yeah, trying to put the moves on Siri.
Basically. The rest of the journey goes relatively as you expect. Mal crashes around the ship, pulling parts, bits and pieces that you know Sprocket is probably going to be very excited to put somewhere else later.
I think after like a minute of Mal doing chaos, Sowilo was sort of remove themselves from the Doris system and just start walking around and being like,
It's just
like
really like
just casting mending, literally just behind Mal, just like.
oh dear.
There is a point where Hera is sitting in the bar, and a small blue rodent kind of comes in and sits by the door, just watches as Mal just storms past, raging.
I thought you were going to say it comes and sits at the bar. And it's like, oh, rough day.
Dear. But this is about as chaotic and normal as the Sunspear gets. Doris notifies you that you are arriving at Perseus Station, and drops from sublight to normal maneuvering thrusters. Again, same sort of feeling, that sort of twist of energy as your ship's momentum changes and artificial gravity moves to adjust it. It's around about this time that you get the normal beacon sort of asking for your ship's code and passing docking fees and the like. Hera, the benefactor, has actually given you an open credit to cover these sorts of costs. You obviously can't buy them a new ship or the like, but for things like this, that you have enough credits to kind of cover landing fees and fuel.
Cool. I will make sure that I am on deck so that I can make sure those payments are made as soon as they're requested.
They pass through, and you maneuver in through one of the large open areas to dock. Just as you're about to kind of, the landing claw is going to come out and clamp, you do get on the radio. Oi! You can't park there! We're going to have to move you! A small reptilian face appears on the view screen, one of the docking masters. I know this is your normal location, and I know that you move here, but we have a transport vessel from the Towstar Corporation coming in, and they've pre-booked this, so we're going to have to move you to the other side of the station.
Well, why can't they go to the other side of the station?
It's Towstar. They paid in advance.
But we've paid to be here too.
Yes, well, they paid considerably more.
Sowilo starts glowing red.
Oh god.
I'll tell you what. I will refund you half your docking fee. How's that sound?
You'll refund us our full docking fee if we're not going to be docking where we asked to be.
Fine, but you're docking yourself in that case.
I think we can manage.
No, you don't go dock yourself.
Right. Okay, well, good luck. Just don't crash. Kind of pings off.
I'm assuming that they've transmitted where we're supposed to go.
Yeah, there's a place on the dark side of the outer ring of the station, which is kind of the opposite side to the sun. It's not technically any better or worse. It's just that, you know, some people like to have their ship parked in the light where they can see it when they go past windows and things.
So they refunded us. I will just ask Doris and just say, Doris, you're okay with docking us there, aren't you?
Oh, that shouldn't be a problem.
Why do we pay anyway then?
You pay to use the dock facilities. It lets them keep up all the equipment and making sure that we have somewhere safe to dock when we come here.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna get back to it.
Well, okay.
It takes a few minutes to get around the station, and another couple of minutes for Doris to lead you in. She pre-programs the docking claw, and actually she's very good. It's a very smooth dock. It's probably not as quick as the professional docking system would do, but she does manage to.
I like to think that the professional docking system is just like this guy walks out in like cargo trousers and a ratty shirt. He's got a baseball cap and a raggedy beard. He sort of sits in the front seat and does this.
Yep.
And it's just smooth. It's like butter.
Very much so, guys.
And he gets out. It's just like looks at it, it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah. And you can see that guy as you kind of go around the other side of the station. And he actually genuinely looks sad. I mean, you've kind of talked to him multiple times.
Right, I'll blame his bosses. Do I know? Would I have been to Perseus Station before and would know what it's like?
I mean, all of you have been to Perseus Station many times. It's one of the biggest hubs in the area. In fact, many times you've come and met this bunch of wonderful people for jobs and things on Perseus. It is run by a monetarily focused aboleth called Tingara.
It's a sentence I didn't expect you to say.
Wow. Okay.
As the ship is sort of coming into dock, Sowilo will just sort of take on the appearance of a regular human guy, just a human person.
Do they look kind of nondescript enough to be a guy captain?
I couldn't comment because of copyright infringement. No, I think it's just like Sowilo has seen so many people that they can make like a composite of them.
A rough
Average
approximation.
guy.
A rough approximation of humanity.
Willow makes a deep fake.
Oh.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Is that one of those things
so
where anyone who talks to you for an extended period of time, they kind of get that uncanny valley feeling where they're like, something's not quite right, but I can't put my finger on it.
I think the biggest giveaway is that when Sowilo is talking to someone, like the eyes sort of set dead in the head and they move with the head.
Oh god. I think Hera will go and knock at the door of Sprocket's workshop. And just knock.
Sprocket can't come to the phone right now. If you leave a message, they'll get back to you. So just leave a message after the beep. Beep.
Sprocket, we're docking. The shop that sells all the technology is here.
And the door opens immediately. Why didn't you just say so? Let's go, come on.
I literally never mind. Okay.
So there are several places. You kind of come off the ship. Doris promises that she will keep Cosmo safe and sedated until they're ready to kind of get back with you. Locks up the ship. Starts ordering a few repair drones to kind of do what they can with the budget that you have. And refuels as well. But the rest of you are left on Perseus Station with to go where you wish. There are a number of small shops and markets and things. There's a couple of people you should probably just check in with. The security team probably want to just make sure that you declare there's nothing untowardly dangerous or lethal. After that small incident where someone bought a bullet on board and let it loose, they've been a bit stinky about it. It was Mal. Mal bought the bullet on board.
I thought he was a good pet. He was not a good pet.
It had a friendly face.
He had terrible recall. Look, I don't know what to tell you.
And actually, Mal knew what the bullet's name was because it had the name written on the side of it. It was Mal, weirdly.
Amazing. So you probably should get a hold of one of the security officers. There is the Rhythm Rel, who is an Avira, bit stuck up, not a bad person, but very by the book. And a little bit more fun, if you can find them, are Stone and O29, the oddest pair of security golems you've ever met. One of them being a Warforged and the other one being a Vect, who spend the whole time bickering like a married couple. and pulling pranks on one another.
I mean, it's got to be them. Come on.
Oh yeah, totally.
And generally, they do the dark side of the station because Rhythm doesn't want to see them very often.
Nice.
And you do. I think it doesn't take you long to spot the two of them. Stone is presently pulling a bucket of some nondescript oily substance off of their head, whilst O29 makes a chuckling motion as close as a vet gets to stomach laughter.
Incredible.
They are very approachable at this point. Everybody else kind of giving them a wide berth because this can occasionally end up in fisticuffs, and two big like war golems fighting each other on the street, even if they are security officers, is not fun.
Yeah, I think I just sort of put my hands over my head and just start waving, like old chums. Hey Stone, hey O29, how are you?
O29 turns to wave back, and it's this point in time that Stone puts the bucket over their head and gives them a kick up the can, and walks past them. Hello, Mal. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm very, very good. We still haven't found the thriddle, but other than that, you know, it's all going up daisies.
I mean, as long as you keep the thwirl on the ship, because we can't have them on the station. If things go wrong on the station, people could die, right?
Oh yeah.
Stations don't have self-repair systems like Doris, you know.
No, I found that out with the bullet. Yeah, no, I found out. It's okay. We've got it under control.
Hello, Sprocket. Hello, Sowilo.
Bear with me 2
Oh,
seconds.
okay.
Sorry.
That's all
Just
right.
heard that.
I'm
crash.
just gonna go back to the thwirl situation. Okay.
Okay, you're right. Tom appears to have broken something. So we'll be back.
I don't think it was Tom. Didn't sound like a Tom break.
No. Anyway, Hera will just we'll just kind of greet the two security and just check in with them, find out whether they need anything from us.
Just a normal declaration. Have you got anything dangerous or sentient, otherly sentient on board at this point?
Nothing that's particularly dangerous more than the usual weapons we have, I would suggest.
O29 pulls off the bucket finally, and in their normal deadpan voice, despite that they've got this wonderful sense of humour, they've never fixed their vocal modulators. We are concerned that there is a possibility Mal may have bought another pet.
No. He most definitely appears to have learnt his lesson from what I hear of the story. It's just us, and as I say, we do have some weapons on board which are declared. But
has Sprocket created anything particularly dangerous today?
I would imagine the answer to that is yes, but nothing that we've seen.
Depends what you define as dangerous.
Antimatter weaponry. I mean, there was that time that you had an incendiary grenade tucked in your underpants.
You what?
I mean, in my defense, I forgot that was there.
Why was it there in the first place?
I forget. I'm sure I had a good reason though.
Okay, you have nothing in your underpants right now? Worried about?
They have a look. No, I don't think so.
Good. Well, it's kind of glad we're in the dark side of the. Anyway,
And Sowilo, please no hacking the AI systems.
I am just a regular guy.
Regular human man.
I am just a regular guy. Hello.
Who is this
What
Sowilo
a-
you speak of?
A spaceship. Wowee.
Look at me standing here with my other regular guys.
I have the perfect number of limbs.
I think they both give you slightly an incredulous look. Look, numbers count. We know who runs with who. We know it's you, Sowilo. Good disguise. You're getting better. The facial expression's really convincing this time.
I have been working on my person.
It's good. Just no hacking AI systems. Tengara did threaten to assume your entire existence last time.
We all die eventually.
Yeah, but you're nice, so we'd like to keep you around as long as possible.
Yeah, I mean, human Sowilo, who is right here with us, would definitely not hack anything while we're here. Would he?
I don't even know how to open a soda can.
I am slightly more terrified of this version.
Brilliant. But they kind of just check everything off, run through some basic checks, and then let the four of you on your way. There are market stalls you can go to. There's a couple of bars. You probably should let Tengara know that you're on board at some point. They do like to know who's conducting business.
Have we left Cosmo on the ship?
You have left Cosmo on the ship, yeah. Doris is locked down with Cosmo.
Great.
I
just wanted to check we weren't like cutting around our half-existent Vex.
Yeah, I think that would
like a Muppet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got them a little wheelchair and some sunglasses.
There's just a couple of like Willow's tendrils just like under the arm, just like.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, surely Sowilo could stand behind them and just sort of puppet them with some tendrils.
Yes.
We may come to that yet.
I will just say to everybody, I'll head up and talk to Tengara if anyone wants to come with me, they're welcome. Otherwise, I'll meet you in the market afterwards.
I think you're the best person for the job, Will. Want to come to the market, Sowilo?
I have cash to burn in my pockets.
Is that where the sausage gets made?
Doris, is that you?
So the four of you depart from the security officers, and Hera heads towards the inner circle of the station. One that is mostly subaquatic, which Tengara uses as their base of operations. It's easy to find, easy to get in. Security does run some checks, but you have fairly good credentials, Hera, based on who you work for and what you do. So they allow you into the inner sanctum fairly easy. You come to a familiar large glass tank, which is in the center of the very station itself. You can see different sort of tubes and waterways for the Aboleth to make their way around the station where they need to be. It's very milky water. It's hard to see what's moving around in it, and as you get closer you can feel that tingle in your brain that lets you know that they are aware that you are there.
I will just sort of wait for acknowledgement.
Lots of little glowing lights appear in the milky water, indicating that your presence has been read. Hera, we see you. What business do you bring here?
Well, currently we're just waiting the storm out so that we can jump. I'm here with the crew of the Sun Spear on a job from the benefactor, and we're just killing time here until we can jump. So I'm sure we'll be spending some money in the market.
That is good. Keep your business close to your chest. Your employer is an old friend. There are rivals inbound.
Well, that's good to know. Thank you for the heads up. Is there anyone in particular I should keep an eye out for?
Tau Star are arriving shortly.
Yes, we were told about that. They took our docking bay.
So, for my players' benefit, Tau Star is a major organisation that made their money quickly in the dark matter rush. They are known to be ruthless, buying up smaller companies and stations depending on what they want to. Their presence in the Sol system and around it has been pushed back a lot because the humans, being from a society that's quite good at that, don't trust them automatically. And they found it quite frustrating. But the fact that they are at Perseus Station means that they have found some sort of in to this sector. Which means they'll probably start buying things up.
Well, thank you for the heads up. I will keep an eye on my compatriots.
Have a pleasant stay.
Thank you, and you. Thank you for your hospitality, as always.
And the presence withdraws. You can kind of hear like a slight sucking sound as it disappears down.
Sowilo?
I don't think it disappears down Sowilo, no.
No.
I think, I don't know if Sowilo has ever come face to face with Tingara, but I feel like Tingara probably makes everybody's skin crawl.
Even if you don't have skin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sowilo probably like ripples.
In a totally human way.
My skin
That's
is
a regular
rippling like
human guy.
in the typical human way. Oh, I need a cherry cola. My favorite, Dr. Cola.
Dr. Cola. That favourite non-brand black fluid of sweetness. Whilst Hera does this, Sprocket and Sowilo, you are left in the market. And there's three people that you probably talk to on a regular basis. One of them is Titus, an amoeboid who's a collector of rare goods and a fence. If you've got anything that you want shifted, they're usually the person to take it off your hands. One of them is a wood elf who's here purely as a collector of earth curios. This is a wood elf who met a human and has been fascinated by them ever since. And they even have changed their name to Moogle Geet, which they think is a humanish name to try and make themselves feel more home. And there is Bran, a orc who specialises in mechanical goods and bits. I think, Sprocket, you have quite a good relationship with Bran because they provide you with junk that you can use for your inventions. Usually at cost rather than paying over the odds.
Yeah, I think Sprocket would definitely head to see Bran, and I think they would want to show him any parts of this like mechanical thing that they took from the ship that are still intact.
Yeah, I think that's really good. Bran is kind of moving a junked out racer engine. Why it's on a space station, you couldn't say, but that's very much brand shop on brand. So, literally like
on brand.
on brand. Yeah, so it's like this, like what would be kind of like a sand skimmer on a space station, like you do, and he's tinkering around with it, just kind of lugging it one-armed, which is fairly impressive. He's a very big guy, and as soon as he catches sight of you, he nearly drops it in excitement and just kind of rushes over and picks you up and sort of tosses you in the air. It is Sprocket, how are you doing?
I'm good. Put me down, please.
Have you made anything explode today?
Actually, yes, I did make something explode today. I was trying to like controlled explode something, and then it wasn't so much controlled.
Less control, more explode.
Yeah, you
So,
could
like,
put it that way.
Okay, you'll get to it. Or not. You know, sometimes explode is better explode.
Well, it's more fun, right? I kind of like the explode.
Hello, I do not think we've had pleasure. Just gonna hold back.
I'm sorry, I still couldn't find the Thwirl. Is everyone okay?
So,
Yeah, we were just doing some shopping.
yeah.
Okay.
So you are out in the market at the moment with Sprocket and Sowilo, who have gone to see Bran, the orc, the vendor of general junk and technology.
My favourite kind of orc. Excellent.
Hello, I do not think we've had pleasure, and holds out a
Aha.
big hand to Sowilo.
Oh,
So Willow does the same thing. Extends a hand.
Like, mirrored.
Yeah.
Aha! Yes, I am John Adams. Hi. I'm a regular human man.
This one is human from Earth, yes?
Yeah, sure.
He kind of quietly ignores John Adams for being a little weird. This is kind of the reaction that a lot of Earthers get from general space. It's like we're Hicks in the galaxy. We're new to this, new to the deep space. We're clumsy. We say the wrong things. We do the wrong things. And most of it is like, you strange little children. Look at you
Bless.
out here by
Bless.
yourselves. Great. The fact that you didn't nuke your own planet is amazing. He steps past John Adams and grabs Malakos in a big hug. How are you doing, bug boy?
very good, very good. Yeah, I'm starting to get the air back in my lungs. So, do I have lungs?
Yes, insects have lungs.
He says, asking no one.
I'm fairly certain about that one. I could be wrong, but yeah.
Actually, they don't.
They don't,
And
and
I,
that's- okay.
I have a weird knowledge about this, and I won't say anything unless you want me to.
I'll ask you off stream, and then that way
Just
we don't
because
upset-
we're not sure about whether we want to know where you got that knowledge.
All I'll say is, you thought a goo person was weird. Bugs have body holes.
Okay, we'll leave that one there.
Yeah, I'm so not too bad. I'm like the best at not too bad, to be honest. How are you?
I'm much happier now. I can see my friend Sprocket and
Mal?
Mal and your new friend.
John Adams, hi.
Where's the goo boy? I like the goo boy.
It is me, I am the go boy. You fell for my cunning rules.
He's very good, and he kind of slaps you on the back.
just like wobbles. Just like,
So, what can Bran do for you today?
Well, obviously I want to look at all the new things you've got, but first I have got something to show you actually. And they'll show him whatever they could salvage from this weird robot creature thing. Have you ever seen anything like this?
This adamantine. This thing is made, whatever, like cogs of adamantine? Why would you do this? This is a very precious resource. You make ships from this, not toys.
And there were a whole bunch of them.
How many?
Loads.
You kind of
Many.
estimated in the hundreds, I would say. Like,
Hundreds. Many hundreds.
Oh. Okay, right. So, and kind of leads back into his shack. Pulls out a couple of books. So, pulls out a blank book. Can you draw for me? Show me what it looks like.
I can give it a go.
You can, if you want, ever make a performance or a technology check, because obviously you are used to drawing diagrams, ish.
Okay. 15.
It's not the best rendition. You're fairly certain some of the measurements are not quite right, but it is relatively close approximation. You've got all the limbs in the right place. In fact, the saw blades. I think the you guys notice that the sprocket kind of draws like it goes this way motion, and even puts a little "ouch, this hurt."
Yeah, and there's like little sparkles and like hearts around the outside.
And kind of looks at it and goes, "Huh. I have never seen this before. Weird, new thing. Maybe someone make to do bad things? Strange though. More like your type of magic. Your type of magic and science, Rocket, than science.
Yeah, they were pretty formidable actually, much more so than the inner workings would suggest.
Kind of, well, I mean, if you come back this way, I'll keep an ear out if I see any here or anything, but sound dangerous. But I give you 500 credits for the adamantine.
Yeah, sure. I have more on the ship.
If you have this amount, I give you a good deal. Adamantine's always in high, and I trust you, so I know I can get a good deal with you and then sell it on for a good price.
Right, show me all the things you've got.
Mal and Sowilo, this is Sprocket's domain. Do you want to stay with them whilst they do this, or do you want
It
to
could take a while.
I think for Sowilo, it's like being able to sit there and just sort of watch and learn, because it's like this learning is good for Sowilo. And like if Sowilo went, this part of Sowilo, even though we are very low wisdom, that's like if Sowilo and Mal go off together, that's bad news. That's when the bad things happen. Because what have you got? You've got big charisma, big intelligence, big strong, but not in the right places.
Yeah.
I feel like this might have even been a conversation that Doris had with the four of you at some point.
I expect so, yeah.
Now, children. Yeah, no, in all honesty, I think Mal's just happy to like be about. He's just happy to be here, man.
Sowilo will just like occasionally throw a ball.
Yeah.
Now, really, Sowilo, I don't want to do it again. Please don't.
Oh no, the ball he's going away again. Oh.
No, really, my legs are really hurting now, Sowilo. Oh, dear.
I think this is the scene that Hera comes back with. By the way, if there's any sort of like base equipment that you want for anything like any sort of spell components you need to restore and things like that, you can get them for cost from Bran. In fact, minus 10% because Bran likes you all so much.
So a good time to make sure that I've got the. I don't have anything that's got expensive parts, wouldn't it? That's a good idea.
Yeah. Generally, there's stuff in Bran's shop that Bran doesn't even know that he's got. It's that sort of place.
I will pop down and sort of stand for a moment watching Mal and Sowilo doing what they do. And then, is there another kind of general store nearby?
I mean, there's food place. There's lots of food places. Anything that you particularly want. A lot of it is very human themed, even if it's not actual Earth style food. Things like there's like a calamari stand that you're fairly certain is made with space squid, and probably not good to digest for anybody other than Mal.
I will join. I will join Sprocket at the stall and just say, I wonder if you have amongst your many contraptions. I wonder if you have something that we could use as a thwirl trap.
You still not catch a thrill? I thought you said you'd do it, Mal.
I was going to. Sowilo, please stop. I was just sick around the corner. No, I was going to, but then, it got away, so...
I think problem is not thwirl trap. Problem is thwirl is psychic. So thwirl will trick you into thinking you are looking at something else. Now I think for Sowilo and Sprocket, this is a different problem because neither of them particularly care about the thwirl problem. Am I right?
Oh, you mean Franklin?
Oh, you've named it now, his pet.
I did not know of a problem on the ship.
I thought we
Doris-
were keeping him.
Doris did not mention this to me.
It's fine. We can survive at. We are fine at 75%. Why do we need to catch him? He's all right.
If we need to catch a thwirl, perhaps we will get the cat.
I think this is an uncomfortable moment.
Awkward silence.
When no one looks at Sprocket.
No one moves for fear of making eye contact.
Because and now
Let me let me just.
I'm gonna go catch the ball.
Do you know what?
Sowilo
I'll come
knows
with.
that Sprocket is not a cat.
Yes.
Sprocket is like a sentient thing. like a person, a people person.
Yeah.
Like a John Adams, but with ears.
Yeah, exactly.
And fur.
John Nyadam.
Yeah.
Right, so
Sowilo is completely unaware of the faux pas that they have made. Yes.
So we're all fine with the psychic thwirl eating through the cabling on the ship, yes?
I get you some extra ship parts. Call it part of. You can do repairs on the fly, yes?
Perfect. As long as Sprocket's happy making those repairs, I'm sure we'll be fine.
Oh, I mean, is Sprocket happy? I feel I know the answer to this. I feel like
Yeah,
maybe
Rocket is
Sprocket's
always happy to
really-
make improvements.
Good. Great. Okay, so we'll just ignore the psychic blue furry squirrel that pops up every now and then. Okay.
I mean,
that's
it
great.
kind of gives Mal purpose.
I'm gonna get that through.
Is this the blue that it disappears?
Yes, that's
Yes,
the one.
that one. Yes.
You cannot catch on the blue thing. It disappears.
But, yeah.
To catch the blue thing is to catch the inspirations.
Yeah, and I want to catch the inspirations.
No, you cannot catch. You cannot hold it into your hands.
I'm gonna catch that inspirations.
Yeah, you will, buddy. You believe in yourself. Don't listen to them.
It's true. You can catch whatever you like, Mel.
Okay. What? Bran, what things might you have that might be like things that can like hit like good, you know?
I have a big old axe.
Big old axe might be nice.
Big old axe for that big old boy. Yeah.
Oh, you know me, Bran.
And he pulls out, and to the other three of you, this is a freaking huge axe, and Bran and Mal are the only people that could probably wield this. It is effectively a +1 battle axe.
I kind of hold it for a second, and exactly what Tom has just done as Tom, Mal does as himself. He kind of takes the axe and kind of goes, oh, and then goes, oh shit, I don't have any money. He kind of looks at the others and kind of goes,
I'll tell you what, ship parts, a couple of emergency syringes. I'm guessing you're probably out right now. Yes?
oh yeah, so out.
And the battle axe for what you have of this. Unless it turns out to be a lot of this, in which case I will figure out what else I can get you. Sound good?
Mal just looks at Sprocket. Like,
Sprocket?
Yeah, Sprocket is happy.
Cool. And like Bran always runs at a profit, but Brandon never rips you off, and he's a friend. So he kind of does that. So you have a +1 battle axe.
Bran,
Sorry, great axe. I apologize.
my heart goes out to you, as it does with the rest of you.
And you can each have 2 normal potions.
Ooh, lovely. Yum, 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 yum.
Potions.
Aha! I cannot wait to consume this when my body is running out of blood. Ha!
Okay.
Or something like that.
Yeah, I love that though. Chris loves that. Brian's like, okay.
Oh, I love it.
So I think the rest of your days is spent with Sprocket kind of getting what junk they have. I think also he does go slightly over, so I think he gives you an additional 500 credits on top of it. And you know he's probably going to
Nice.
mint on that, but it's good. It's a good deal. Hera, you can pay for. You guys can stay at one of the many inns and taverns that's litter the dock, or you can stay on the spaceship, which is for free. It's entirely up to you.
I think I will just gather the crew around and just say, so, would you prefer to stay on the ship or here?
Ooh. I mean, I don't mind. What the heck?
I do feel slightly bad leaving Cosmo propped up in the bar.
Oh, it's his favourite place.
Yeah, and
We
he's
know
not
that
even
Cosmo
conscious.
is
They're
happy.
not even conscious, so.
That's a very convincing argument.
Sorry, Josh, what did you say?
We know that Cosmo is happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they're in their favorite place.
Is Happy dead? Is that
No,
No, they're not
No.
dead.
no?
To be free of suffering is to be happy.
I mean, I guess that's hard to argue with, but no, he's not dead. We're pretty certain of that. So,
I mean, I'll be honest. Like, I don't think we've ever had like a sleepover somewhere else. So, do we want to do like a a slumber party?
Will there be snacks?
why do I feel like I'm losing control of the situation very quickly?
You did not have control of the situation. Existence tends towards entropy, and entropy can only be measured in instances of chaos. To try and find order in the universe is to be futile, like Sisyphus pushing the mountain up the hill.
I'm just going to bend down
Records
very,
incomplete.
very quietly next to Sprocket and just say, I will pay you to work out how to deactivate him for 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes of peace.
Sowilo gets like close into this conversation.
Sowilo.
I am not going there.
Right.
Sorry.
So Sowilo, personal space. We've talked about this. You're dripping on my shoes. Right. Well, there are some accommodations here. So if we want to have a look for an inn to stay over, there are some to choose from, and I will.
Nobody answered my question about the snack.
Yes, I'm sure we can arrange snacks.
Okay. Then I'm in. And Sprocket Junior can come too, right?
I kind of assumed that Sprocket Junior always comes.
See, Sprocket Junior is currently in a tug of war with Bran over a piece of metal. And you're not entirely certain that Bran is really trying to get it back. Just play with Sprocket Junior.
Yeah, they're kind of like a puppy.
Okay. Right. Well, let's have a look for some accommodations then, shall we? Because we're going to be here till the storm is over. So.
Do you know anywhere like that is, cream of the crops?
In the station?
Yeah.
The best is probably Home Away from Home, which is run by a halfling couple who pride themselves on hospitality.
Oh, cool. Well, I shall suggest that. Let's go and have a look if they have some space for us.
Okay. I like this. I think we make a great, good, fun family.
Let's go find accommodation.
Okay.
We are all part of the mass.
The mass?
The mass.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure I'm not part of your mass.
You are beneficial. We are benefiting each other.
You're such a romantic.
Yeah, I've never really liked fish, but if you think it's a good thing, then that's a good thing. That's okay.
Poor Sowilo, trying so hard to engage on the social nuances.
Like any good human would.
Oh, those Lakers, hey? Oh.
The problem with Arsenal is...
Did you see that shocking display last night?
So the Home Away from Home is a...
We live in unprecedented times.
The Home Away from Home is a quite elegantly kept, simple tavern on the outer ring, sort of halfway between the light and the dark side of the platform. It's not too far from where you are, and it's comfortable, it's warm. They have wooden furnishings, which is quite rare for Deep Space.
Quaint.
Clearly set up with some love in mind. The proprietors are Lisa and Neris Smallborough, a pair of halflings who come from a long line of like a big family of halflings who specialise in hospitality, and I think you lot have all drunk here at some point or another. They open, the doors are opened, you walk into the bar room, which looks about as oldie world as you can manage in space. There are still technical holograms here and there. Magitech drones serve pour and move drinks around the place, and it's still full of a complete mismatch of people in like astro thermal gear and a couple of Vect, and as always in this sector of space, a large amount of slightly bewildered looking humans who are getting there, but occasionally still kind of like, it's a giant talking eagle man, and oh my god, is that bug that just walked in going to eat me?
I'm just going to look at Sowilo and say, there's lots of humans here. You'll fit right in.
Oh, you're right. And then Sowilo's going to use Sky Self to make themselves look like the perfect amalgamation of every Vect that we've seen.
Can I? Because the first thing I would like to do is just have a look around and see if I see any people or uniforms that I recognize as Telstar.
Yeah, make a perception check, please.
Oh my god. A natural 20.
Natural 20.
Oh.
Perception,
With your plus for your perception?
it's a 25.
Nice. So, there is no one representing Telstar in uniform here. If anybody is working for the organisation, they are not showing colours. You do notice one of the Vect has got a security module attached to the back of their neck, which is general indicator that they probably work for Tingara. And with a natural 20, I feel like I definitely need to give you some stuff there. There is a lot of subtle underhanded goings on here, but it's nothing unusual. You do, however, note 3 or 4 different people that, if you encounter them again, you probably want to check to see what equipment they're holding now. There are things trading hands on a black market, which is kind of regular for a station this far out of civilized space.
Okay, cool. I shall just make my way towards where the proprietors are, or anyone I can find out about rooms.
Lisa is behind the bar at the moment, standing on so it's a human-sized bar. And you can see that she's put in a series of benches behind so she can stand at standard height, and is kind of moving back and forth, putting pints and things like that. And she sees you coming up. She goes, "Oh, hello. Take a seat. I'll be with you in a moment. Drinks and room and food. Drinks and food."
Possibly all 3. We wanted to first check if you had space for us.
Oh, of course. How many of you?
There are 5 of us, plus a toy box.
I think I definitely can fit you in. Do you want one room or several? He's now giving puppy eyes at this point.
Yeah, no.
It's sort of his sort of what they call it, the carapace is kind of vibrating ever so slightly. Is that?
Do you have a room that will sleep all of us?
I mean, I have a family room that I can shift a full adult bed in if you need to.
Oh, I'm gonna regret this. Fine. Yes, let's do that.
What if we had some mattresses and lots of blankets?
One big bed.
What? Like a sleepover?
We are a party of many different cultures. We try not to be exclusionary from other people's sleeping practices.
I'm certain we can arrange something. Yes, that's no problem at all. Well, she kind of shifts the data pad over to you. Just check on dietary requirements. Just let me know what you need, and we'll make sure that's included on there. And I'll be back in a minute to buy you some to get you some drinks. But yes, I can get that sorted. And she kind of pulls out, reaches behind her back, and just pulls out a small nodule and starts talking in halfling to an unseen presence. And you hear a second later a door open and shut, and another halfling with darker skin and much bigger, curlier hair, quite built for a halfling, kind of struggles up, and she kind of gives a firm nod and then disappears upstairs, taking a couple of drones with her. And you think you just about hear some things being dragged around upstairs for a moment.
Okay, so I am a little unclear on what's required here, but if maybe you just want to fill out your own dietary requirements.
It's fairly standard in a multi-species society to kind of let people sort of suggest what they need, and then let it's quicker and easier for a lot of people. a fine dining restaurants still do it the other old-fashioned way, but
Yeah, Mal circles the vegetarian and gets Sprocket to write. Can you put no cinnamon, please?
No cinnamon.
Yeah, just I don't like it. It's not really a requirement, but
Okay, well, yeah, I can do that.
thank you.
you kind of also noticed that Mal failed to tick species and size.
Yeah, Sprocket just fills it in for them.
Go on, yep.
Sowilo would take the thing and just write electrolyte gel, silicon,
Yep.
iron filings.
And this would probably seem very unusual,
Regular human stuff.
Vets consume that all the time. So
Yeah, diesel.
Give me a chance.
Cheap stuff though.
Yeah.
Get it from Morrison's, not from Shell.
Oh, dear. Hera and Sprocket, is there anything particular you want to add in for flavour?
Hera literally adds nothing in, but does say to Sprocket, this is where you should probably put the snacks you want.
Oh yeah. Sprocket just writes like over all of the dietary requirements, just like over all of the boxes. Snacks.
I'm living for the gasp of like just when you realise you're just like that's
The
awesome.
snacks.
Oh dear.
And Hera's just going to sort of pat the bar counter that we're standing at and just go, Cosmo would love it here.
Amazing. So Lisa takes the menu from you and she gets your food sorted out. And you guys settle in for the evening. And I think eventually you do go to bed and have a massive sleepover. I'm not sure if it's your first sleepover. It's Mal's first sleepover.
Well, yeah, I think like during the I think Mal kind of is up later than literally everyone else, and like at the end of the night when everyone's asleep, he's sort of like he's got like a little pouch and he sort of brings out like a little like plushy grub, and he kind of like holds it and he goes, you see, just like the hive again, and he kind of hugs it and just sort of like curls up.
Too cute, Tom. That is too cute.
Because fuck you, I can do cute and chaos, you know.
Cute and chaos is how we run. That's amazing.
Yeah, never mind.
So you all slowly settle into a good night's sleep. Well deserved. You can all take a long rest.
Dum 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 dum.
Sometime in the early hours of the morning, before you would effectively be trying to start to wake up, Hera and Sowilo, the two of you don't really sleep. The two of you probably, like Sowilo, you kind of go into a low rest mode, and Hera, you literally just power down. Both of you are brought back to the forefront of your consciousness with a ping from Doris. I'm sorry to disturb the pair of you, my loves. We may have a small problem. I'm reading a large energy signature coming from the void. I think we might have Rovians. And that is where we're going to stop today. Thank you so much, everybody. This has been so much fun. I love this little chaos crew. You're wonderful. I asked for a found family, and a found family you gave me. I think you're all amazing. I've really enjoyed this. I hope you have all enjoyed this, and everyone at home as well.
Yeah, thank you. It's been great.
Looking forward to taking this and running with it. Nikki will be with us next week with the now famous for not doing anything Cosmo.
Goes down with L and
it's fun.
Yeah, just wait for Nikki to be here next week and say, well, I'm not going to do anything because it's what my character would do.
we love you, Nikki. This is all from coming from love.
Nikki's not here. He can't hear us.
Nikki has to step away, unfortunately. But he will be with us next week, and we are very, very excited to have him with this wonderful crew. It will, however, be Wayne's last week with us during this episode. This run. But we have him for one more episode before we are joined by Charlie from our regular Some Other Heroes cast, and we're looking forward to the energy she is going to bring. So
How exciting.
leaves me to kind of do sort of a roundup and announcement and stuff. It's going to be...
Oh god, I've just realised that means the one sensible character in this group is leaving.
Bye!
Charlie can do sensible-ish.
We can, when all that is left is silly, sensible will self-govern.
Yep. It's true.
Said Sowilo one day.
Yep.
No
In the
comment.
far, far future, Sowilo. I just see a future where Sowilo is basically the sage-like being that people come to.
What, you mean where you see a future where people stop looking at Sowilo like that every time he says something?
It's when Sowilo perfects John Adams,
Yeah.
who's just a guy that sits there with Levi's and a white t-shirt and a red cap.
I
I
spelled
thought Plato was mad in his time, you know. To be fair. Like,
All that's really left for me to do is to let these wonderful people let you know where you can find them on the internet and what they've got coming up in the near future that you can catch them on. I think we're going to start with Josh, if that's okay.
You can start with Josh, absolutely. So you can find me, if you've enjoyed today, you can listen to me DM at Dice and a Slice. That's DICENASLICE. That's how you can find us on Twitter. Or just search for Dice and a Slice in Spotify. It's a D&D 5e actual play podcast set in an entirely homebrew world. It's all about piracy and all about nautical goodness. At the moment, we're sort of doing a mini season that we did originally live on the Wicked Game stream. We're now editing it, putting it in podcast format, which is that's cute. Which is a whole lot of fun. It's a really fun stream that is wrapping up, and we're going to be launching season 2 of Dice and a Slice on. I think we're looking like the middle of June. We started Dice and a Slice. The first episode launched on the 1st of June, 2020. So 2022 is when we're going to launch the second season. So that's coming up. You can find me on Twitter and all that good stuff at Joshy Longlegs. Just I'm the only one that comes up when you look for it. And I do Twitch as well. And also I'm looking for a job. So if you know anyone who's got any work going, hire me.
I promise you that he's not a sentient.
he's just a regular human guy.
My name is Joshua Gould. I'm a regular human guy. I like to drink my coffee with tonic water like everybody else. I put my trousers on 2 legs at a time. I do both of those things.
Theo, we're going to go counterclockwise as I see it. Tell us what you got coming up, what you up to, and where we can find you.
What have I got coming up? Well, at the end of May, you can find me in real life, if you so wish, at MCM London Comic Con, which is the last weekend of May, in London at the Excel Centre. If you like comics and stuff and things, you can find me there. I'll have a table and I'll be selling some things what I made, so you can come see them. And me. In the meantime, if you would like to find me on the internet, you can at theoblueillustration.com, and that has all my links to social media on there.
Awesome, thank you. That's really cool. And looking forward to seeing what we can do with Sprocket over the next few weeks as well.
Yes.
Wayne, where can we find you?
What do I have very little coming up that matters to anyone else, really. But I will be here next week, and then I'm off traveling for work for a bit. But you can find me on the interwebs pretty much everywhere as WayneFic01, because someone had taken the other one. Yes, and I am on there, and I am, of course, part of the Some Other Heroes cast. And I just wanted to say thank you to everyone for joining us today and being so cool. And thank you to Josh and to the lovely Thom for joining us today.
That's going to stick if we're not careful. Tom, where can we find you, and what are you up to?
Yeah, so most commonly you can find me on the Wicked Game, as I'm sure a lot of people already know, on the Wicked Game Twitch. We are unfortunately having to take a slight brief hiatus on our current actual play game. However, we will still be running on a Wednesday. It'll probably be Nikki and I playing a video game of some sort. We haven't finalized what game or whether we still love each other enough to do a stream together, but be there as of next week, and we will
Please do Dark Souls. Please, please, please.
I can't.
Just couldn't. But otherwise, you can also find me pretty much everywhere at Tom Guttridge. That is TOM, because I made those accounts before I was cool.
Wait, you just added the H in?
Yeah, I just added the H in. The H was already there. Technically, I got rid of the H beforehand, and now I'm reappropriating the H.
Okay, okay.
It's your H.
Got
You can
claiming
do whatever
back
you
the
like
power.
Just find me.
Please.
Somebody find him.
But thank you ever so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
No, it's been an absolute pleasure, both of you. Thank you so much for stepping in and helping us out with this, and
In your-
making some
your-
wonderful characters.
In your shell-hardened, slimy ways.
I have been Chris Mepham. You can find me at Chris Mepham RPG on Twitter, at Chris Mepham Art on Instagram. I am here next week. We're taking a small break from Wild Beyond the Witchlight on this channel at the moment, just because with travel and everything else, it's just a bit more difficult to. But we will bring that back, as well as our regular show will be back in June, after this wonderful lot have let me take them to the farthest reaches of space and do weird things to them with probes.
Wait, I didn't consent to that.
That's what that was.
I
thought it was my allergies.
There you go.
We've only just begun.
If you enjoy this and you would like to support something really cool, I will also be running Dark Matter, this D&D hack for 5e, on the last Sunday the 29th at 11 a.m. for the amazing Roll for Good, raising money to find food. Sorry, Josh, which charity is it again?
That's a really good question, and as a member of the production team, I should know the answer.
I should know this. I do know this. But you can find the details on my Twitter. See, link there. Come and join us. Help us raise some money. All the proceeds are going to, I think it's World Kitchen.
World Central Kitchen.
World Central Kitchen, who raise funds and provide food for conflict areas, not limitedly currently exclusive, but also including our friends in Ukraine who desperately need it. Very worthy cause. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm not doing it on my own the whole weekend, so check them out. That's at Roll for Good, FOR, I think, EU. I will get those links in there for next week so we can really start drumming that up for people. But I'd love for you to come and support us, and for some other Heroes fans, there may be some Easter eggs. I won't push it too hard. I want everyone else to have a good time, but there may be some Easter eggs.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, but other than that, we will be back next week. We've had a wonderful time. I hope you have had a wonderful time. Take care of each other. Look out for one another. Have fun and roll some dice. I love you lots.
Bye.
Goodbye.